You're watching Poindexter Lounge. You already know.
What's up, nerd family? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett, and it is good to have you with me in the lounge today. And I was just notified that Twitch started. Hey, welcome to everyone watching out there, no matter where you're watching. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Periscope, if you're watching on Twitch, welcome. Thank you so much for watching on Twitch. If you could, please follow us. We're trying to get up to 50 followers on Twitch. We're about halfway there, and so we would really appreciate your support there. And then also, of course, we're also broadcasting on Facebook. So we're all around here. We're trying to hit all the angles, as it were. But we are just grateful that you are here. Look, if this is your first time to the lounge, just know that the Poindexter Lounge is a place for nerds. It's a place where you and me and my crew can get together and talk about the things that we love, things like TV shows, movies, games, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books, superheroes, toys, and so much more. And if those are things that get you excited, if those are things that get you out of bed and make you want to throw on a cape and run out and bust some nonsense, then you found the right place, ladies and gentlemen. And so please hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you know when we do fun things like this. Now, tonight is special. That's right. I got my Mandalorian hat on. All the Star Wars toys are well prepped, and we're going to jump into some nonsense. Now, this is the 2 Cents on Nonsense show, and we're kicking off season 2. And you say, Enosh, what makes it season 2? There was no predetermined amount of episodes that made up season 1. It just kind of sounds cool to come back after the hiatus, and maybe we'll count up how many episodes we did before, and maybe that'll be a season, or maybe we'll go to another holiday and then call it up. I don't know. But I guess Johnny and I'll have to have like a meeting about it. But speaking, ladies and gentlemen, of my good friend Johnny, I don't just do this show alone. Oh, no. This is a very special show. Many have asked to come in on this show, and I appreciate that. I really do. I want to say that I really do appreciate the fact that you guys are so excited about this show that it makes you guys want to be a part of it. And there's many of the shows that we do here on the channel that I do. I invite many different people in, but this show is special, and this show is a show that you guys are in the chat. You guys are awesome. And I encourage you guys, if you do artwork or anything like that, send it in during the show. You can send it to me via Twitter at Poindexter Lounge with just no E in the middle. Or also, of course, any one of many different ways. You can send it in at poindexterlounge@gmail.com. If you send it in that way, please just let me know that you sent it in the chat or whatever. And many times we get stuff up during the episode that you guys send, and it's hilarious and it's fun. I do want to ask one favor before I bring in my co-host. If you do make artwork and you want to include a bunch of people, couple things. Either one, ask different people in the chat whether or not you can use their likeness, and make sure that they're okay with you doing that, because I had some really great artwork coming this last week. There was a lot of fun, but unfortunately somebody they weren't mad, they weren't offended, but we want to be mindful of other people's profile pics and stuff like that. So try to avoid that if you can, unless you get permission from them. Look, me, Johnny, throw us in there. We'll have fun with it. We love it. But speaking of Johnny, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Mr. Johnny Pop.
Here's Johnny.
Hey. I should have changed my name to Donnie Pop. After. Oh, man, it is so good to be back. I am just, I'm excited. Yeah, I mean, season 2, just because it sounded cool. So here we are. I mean, it's going to be a good time. It was a nice break. It was,
You need to get those old Mike Tyson punch out Don Flamenco things where he's like, Return of the Don strikes back, or whatever. Flamenco.
Exactly. I mean, this is just this is good. I'm happy. I'm excited. I mean, gosh, it's good to be back amongst friends here in the lounge, and it's good to be visiting my pal Mike Zero. Again, if you follow Mike Zero on Facebook, you'll notice I comment on his posts all the time, and I try to reach out. He doesn't reply to anybody, so
No,
I'm sad, but
no. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But you know what? We know he sees it. He's been pulling ears left and right, dude. He's been like giving all kinds of signs lately.
oh, I know.
And it's funny, but yeah. Hey, Mike Zero, you know what? Now, can you just do me a favor? Can you kind of give like a neck crack kind of thing? Like if you watch these, if you see these, like give us that kind of like while you're doing your thing, you know, and you're doing your whole hand waving, you know, Jedi Master thing and pulling your ear like I've asked you to, and scratching the back of your neck like I've asked you to. Give us like one of them neck cracks,
like a neck crack or a karate chop.
Oh yes, a karate, like a would be nice. Yes,
yes,
up down. Yeah, I like that. So neck crack. Wow. All right. But hey, guys, first of all, before we get into this, just a real quick shout out to everyone who's a supporter of the channel. You guys are awesome. You're fantastic. Want to say a special shout out to all of our members. We have 3 new members that joined up this last week. Jenner Custom Toys, One Step Too Far, and The Richard. And of course, actually, just before that was Tom Hanks, Ballsack 69. He. Throw that in again once more. Hey, you too could become a member of the channel and get cool emoticons to use during live streams like this. And guess what? I get to add one more. I get to add another one. So I'm going to put it up to a vote this week on the channel. What our next emoticon should be, and you guys get to pick. And if we get one more member, we get 2 emoticons, ladies and gentlemen. Man. So come on in, join. You can join for as little as $1.99 a month, and there's all kinds of fun, cool stuff. You can get up to even a personal live stream with me and the family, or just me or whatever. Maybe me and Johnny, whoever you want to like hang out with. That's fine with me. And you get a personal live stream. You can also get a T-shirt of the month. We got some new T-shirt designs coming, some new fun stuff coming. But also want to say a shout out to our Patreon, because we got a brand new Patreon member, and that is Aaron Entertainment. Thank you so much, man, for joining the Patreon. You are awesome. Very, very thankful for you and everyone who's on this list. And of course, to everyone who gives super chats throughout the week, throughout all the live streams and everything. You guys are awesome. Like, I even did a video premiere the other day, and someone gave a super chat in the premiere, just like putting up the video. And I really, really appreciate that. You guys don't know. It helps us out because we got to be able to upgrade our stuff. You know, like I was 10 minutes late tonight. You know, sometimes you try to work on equipment that's, you know, aging and it kind of gives you a problem. Sometimes you all know how it is. Computers can smell fear. Computers smell fear. Your camera smells fear, and it's going to be about time to get a new video camera and you know, update our systems around here. And look, you guys help with that, and so that's what we want to do. We want to invest back into the channel, and so very, very thankful. So that is all I got to say about that, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to embark on a journey once more.
Oh, hey, there's Benson with the super chat. You say super chat, and there's Benson coming in.
Oh, check that out. Check that out. I just want to make sure here. Go back to yes. Okay. So we will we'll hit up Benson's here. Benson's with the £5 super chat. Thank you, sir, so much. There's another great show from Enosh and Warlock. Love from your very own Condor Man.
Condor Man. Dude, I want that on Disney Plus so bad.
I know, man. Now you never realize you want something until like that bad, until somebody mentions it and you go, oh yeah.
It's kind of like the other day I was shopping with my wife and she's like, do you have, you know, the full run of the original He-Man? Like, do you own it? And I'm like, no, I don't. And she's like, well, it's here on sale. And I'm like, I must need to buy it. So I did. I bought that the other day. So now, yeah. Now I have like DVDs upon DVDs of He-Man. So I'll be, you know, you don't know you need it until you reminisce about it.
Nice. I'm sorry. People are already sending in stuff, and just the first one that I just looked at, like, oh my gosh,
is done.
Layla, you are cracking me up here. This is
I think Cylon was like, "Don't blame computers; they're people too."
Oh, was that so?
You're
Are they?
Scotty.
Are they?
They listen to us all the time.
Oh my gosh.
I
gotta be careful with some of these. I gotta be careful with some of these because some of them are kind of controversial. But
I have the Don. Mike Zero, if you could give us a Don drop at some point, that would be amazing as well.
Oh my gosh. If he could say Don, yeah, in some way, that'd be, I don't even know what I'd do, man. If literally he said Don, I think I'd pass out. I think I would absolutely faint. I would just kind of lose it and not know really what to do.
I'd be in heaven. That'd be bliss.
I can see I got to figure out a way to open this stuff before we get started. Okay, here we go. Because it won't let me import it, Layla, because they're too big. But that's all right because I can just open them and share them in a different way. So we'll have some fun before we have our fun because we only got like a 6-minute Mike Zero video, so it's really not going to be that bad. So this is what we got.
Oh God.
I don't know if oh, you know what? It's not gonna play. Maybe it will. Will it play? No, it's not gonna play.
Oh.
It just goes from one thing to the next because it's a GIF or a GIF or whatever you want to call it. So there you go. You got
that's great though.
Got him there and that. Ooh, hey now. It's happening. Good old Jeremy. Good old Jeremy. She has no clue who you are. I like this one better. What's up, geeks and gamers? What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video. And today, we're talking about Brie Larson for some reason because Brie Larson just gets on my last nerve. I don't even have a reason to get on Brie Larson except for the fact that she's Brie Larson and she's got a YouTube channel that has more subscribers than me. And it gets on my last nerve. She's really not even connected to Star Wars, but we talk about it constantly. It's kind of funny seeing her go in slow motion there.
It is. It's like, woo.
I can just picture that. Like, and then
now would that be Jeremy Larson or would it be
Jeremy Larson? That's funny. Oh boy.
I love that picture. That's great.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one right there. We got the whole crew. Got the whole Phantom Menace all there, look, wrapped up in one little, little dark side thing. So there you go. So all right. And she said another one. It's a little controversial. I'll just say this: it's got Star Wars theory in it, and I just don't know if I want to go through that right now.
As much.
I don't even know if I want to even comment on that situation, ladies and gentlemen.
That could open up some.
Oh,
I know
I've got my own personal opinions about it.
I'll leave theory alone. Yeah. Here's Johnny.
Yeah.
There's I don't know, man. I don't know. Look, like I said, I've got some ways that I think about this, but I think I gotta save. I think I gotta save it for another time. All right. Well, are you ready, Johnny? Oh, I am.
I am ready. Are you ready, chat? It is time to once again visit the world of our good friend Mike Zero. Now, look, you can visit the world of Mark Uno anytime, and Mark Uno just dropped a new video this week too.
The new video is great. Johnny? Yeah, yes.
Tell you what, man, Mark dropping that science, man. I tell you what,
he's had that video cooking for a while, and it's
he has.
It came. It seems like it. It seems like it came out of the oven at just the right time.
It did, and I will say this too, Johnny. It may be a twofer kind of week. I hear that Mark Uno has more to say, and may actually have a guest on his next video.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yes, he may.
Is it true that Mark Uno is like the bizarro version of Mike Zero, or are they just like, are they shirt tail cousins? Like
maybe they're like peas in the same pod, only not. You know, they're like the Patty Duke Show, cousins, identical cousins, matching bookends, different as night and day. Where Michael adores making Star Wars stuff up. Mark Uno,
exactly.
Yeah. So.
And then,
the hunt for Mike October Zero.
That's awesome.
Cylon, this is exactly what. See, this is where I'm going with it. You know what? The last time we even mentioned Star Wars Theory, I got inundated by 11-year-olds like unbelievably, and so the verdict is still out on this one, and I really hope that he doesn't begin a downward spiral into the fandom menace. I did see a video with him in there, and he did seem to try to deflect off of them. My feeling is, though, and I saw it in the video that I saw, is that the fandom menace is going to use him as some kind of evidence of, and they already have. They're
to legitimize something. It's just I feel like he was trying to be a nice guy, and it's getting manipulated.
Yes. Oh, yes. Because I've already heard, look, I watched a Midnight's Edge video, and all I will say is I almost actually it's interesting because I almost, Johnny, did a Midnight's Edge video tonight, except for the fact that they kept referencing Star Wars Theory, and every time they referenced Star Wars Theory, they called him a cancer survivor.
Oh, geez.
Like literally in one area where it didn't even make sense. Like it's like into the video, they've already mentioned it, they've already talked about it, and I respect that, man. We've all been touched in some way by that, but it was like the very fact that anybody would even question him was like, you know, like they attacked cancer survivor Star Wars Theory, and it was like,
see, they're just when they're just asking for people to make comments to take it, and that's just not.
Yep. They're baiting people into trying to do that. And that's the fandom menace, folks. That's your fandom menace right there. Literally using people to their advantage, because we all know they're grifters, they're liars, and they're charlatans.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, let's see one now. Let's go right now.
Let's see what he's peddling today.
Let's go to the neighborhood of make-believe, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like
here's Trolley. Doo-doo.
I need a gift, or I need like a video. I need somebody to make a video of like Trolley. So I go, let's go to the neighborhood of make-believe, boys, and I can just hit the video, and it just like goes by and like up pops Mike Zero. All right, boys and girls, let's go to the neighborhood of make-believe.
He does kind of look like King Friday the 13th.
Yes.
Lady Aberlin, I was gonna go and see Star Wars, but this guy, his name was Mike Zero. And Mike Zero told me that Kathleen Kennedy is destroying Star Wars, and it scared me, Lady Aberlin. Lady Aberlin, can you give me a hug? I was scared, Lady Aberlin.
Daniel Tiger, do you need a hug? Do you need to be told that poor Kathleen Kennedy won't hurt you?
Can Kathleen Kennedy get in my clock?
She might be able to.
Oh no! That would really scare me, Lady Aberlin. If I woke up and Kathleen Kennedy was hovering over my bed with a lightsaber and a crazed look in her eye, like she made Mark Hamill do when he was Luke Skywalker, and he was gonna kill his nephew. Remember that? Oh, yes, I'm getting so scared.
She's forced many people to do things, Daniel.
Oh no!
But let's see if King Friday can help us protect the neighborhood of make-believe from the big bad Kennedy.
Maybe I can stay at Lady Elaine Fairchild's merry-go-round, and then she'll protect me, because Lady Elaine is really BA, if you know what I mean. But I think she could take Kathleen Kennedy, but we'll see. All right.
That museum go-round's like a mini Death Star in there. You just don't really know.
A big laser pops out. Got Kathleen Kennedy in its sights. Oh my gosh. It's like I got to get a red cardigan now.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Cylon's like, what is happening?
Mr. Rogers, baby.
Mr. Rogers, man. Daniel Stripe and Tiger. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, with Jon Favreau reveals horrible truth.
Horrible truth.
Horrible truth of Kathleen Kennedy. Finally. There we go. All right.
It's not just the truth, it's the horrible truth.
The horrible truth.
You can't handle the truth, let alone the horrible truth.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. It is
Hey, welcome back, everyone. My levels are still blown. Hope you know that. And so are your eardrums.
Welcome back, everybody. You're now deaf.
I do always like to point out when Mike does update his backdrop here. If you look, I mean, he still has the arrow in the bullseye there, but notice down here, if you can, usually this Mike Zero logo down here is has a black background like his poster, but now it's transparent. Yeah. He's making it so that I have to update the Mark Uno set. Man. This guy, he's like one step ahead of everybody. I know, man. He keeps trying to, like, you know, change things on me so that Jenner Custom Toys says, I hate you guys now. Stop ruining my childhood.
Jenner Custom Toys, Mr. Bruce, can you please do the Sling Blade voice for me, please? I like to go to sleep listening about French fried potatoes. That would be nice.
Why are you holding that hammer? I don't really know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm here for. To ruin childhoods, just like Kathleen Kennedy.
I know. She rips them right apart.
Oh boy.
Now January 6th of 2021.
This is fresh.
Ever since the very end of The Mandalorian Season 2, a lot of fans around the world have been very intrigued about the future of the Star Wars universe by Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, George Lucas, and others coming on board behind the scenes.
Others coming on board behind the scenes?
Who are these others that you speak of? Like,
who else could possibly be coming on board behind the scenes?
He just
mentioned Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and George Lucas.
He just named like every executive producer at Lucasfilm. They're like, it's surprising he didn't be like, and Zack Snyder and Ray Fisher and let's see, Steven Spielberg.
Earth 16 Comics Wire Podcast says Mike Zero is getting a role in Star Wars. Get ready. Now.
Get ready. LOL. Now. The time is here.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So many more, ladies and gentlemen, are coming in behind the scenes. We just don't know who they are yet.
We just don't know who they are. It's
because he hasn't made up his mind who he wants to name next.
Is it Brie Larson, maybe?
No, she was kicked out. She was fired 5 times. Remember?
Oh, that's right. She was fired again for maybe it's Patty Jenkins.
Oh, do they still want her?
Or Feige? I don't know.
Who knows? Hey, Betts is with another $5 or £5 super chat.
Thank you.
Says, if he ignores younger brother with that value, if he saw pigs in space, this clown would say it was the wind from The Last Jedi.
I used to love pigs in space.
Oh. It has been noted that these pigs have been closely related with the Gamorrean guards and are also trained to be Jedi. Now, there is one pig in particular who has been causing a lot of problem that Kathleen Kennedy set in there herself to be a powerful, strong pig woman named Miss Piggy. Miss Piggy will be taking over and karate chopping all the men because we all know that men cannot do anything according to Kathleen Kennedy, and Kathleen Kennedy hates men, etc.
It's been noted.
It's been noted.
Meow, meow. Mike Zero is an idiot. Meow, meow.
Or X the Owl, maybe.
Meow, 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 meow. Mike Zero's a liar. Meow, meow, meow.
Meow, meow. Someone named Don was in my clock. Meow, meow.
Meow, meow. I woke up and some guy was hanging out of my treehouse. Meow, meow, meow.
Okay.
Oh, man.
That's the great thing. And you guys make this thing so fun that like we can't even get hardly started with this before the jokes just start. And Mike just sits there staring.
He's just watching us.
Mike is just like, I'm not impressed. It's been noted. It's been noted that
I don't mean to get political, but that outfit, like, he looks like he could have been in DC the other night.
Oh, geez.
Just saying, like, I don't know, the black hat.
Meow, 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 storm the Capitol. Meow, meow, meow.
Just, I'm not taking a side one way or the other. I'm just saying that, you know, he looks kind of like he's dressed for it.
Could be.
Mr. McFeely, but in a bad way.
Oh, Lord. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. Dude, who could forget Pigs in Space?
Yes.
Pigs in Space is awesome.
Oh,
my gosh. I remember the Mark Hamill episode. I've got that episode, actually. You know, of when Mark Hamill hosted, but he was Luke Skywalker instead of Mark Hamill, and Mark Hamill showed up too, and Mark Hamill kept trying to do the show, but Luke kept showing up. That was a good episode.
Oh, yeah. It was great. The droids were there.
Absolutely. The droids were there. Mike Zero was there. There's a certain deadness in Mike Zero's eyes these days.
There is.
You know what it is? It's a deadness that says, my time is almost done. I've really got to milk this for all I can. Really.
My window is closing. His mom is remarrying and they're selling the house, so he's got to get as many videos out of it as he can before he loses his basement.
Meow, 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 get ready. Meow, meow, meow. Is he going to do it now? Yes, he is. Meow, meow, meow.
My kingdom will be taken over by this guy right here. I need all my subjects to come together.
Meow, meow, meow. We need to raise up arms. Meow, meow, meow.
This is Storm Lucasfilm.
We can use my clock tower as a weapon silo.
That's Starkiller Base number 2.
Okay.
This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel.
There it is.
I love you, Mike. You watch.
I love Mike. Look at that, just a little.
We asked him to do that.
Mm-hmm. It looked good on him too.
It did.
Yeah.
Mike, I'm telling you, give us a karate chop. Give us a neck crack.
Yes.
Okay?
All right, come on. I'm looking for it, man, because obviously he's watching.
Channel for future Star Wars content.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one thing about the Star Wars franchise is that, yes, we do know that it is now heading in a more successful direction.
It hasn't been successful at all up to this point. I mean, the sequel trilogy made billions of dollars in profit. So unsuccessful.
You know, it's funny though, because nobody's heard of Star Wars until this show called The Mandalorian premiered. And there's this thing called a Yoda baby, and it's really kicked off this craze of Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah, made by guys like Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, George Lucas, Bob Iger, Bob Chapek, etc. Yes.
Oh wow! I had no idea.
It is.
I had no idea. But by the way, I do want to say, Layla, I do like the picture that you sent of me in Star Wars Theory. And I will share it with my good friend Johnny later. And if anyone's interested, I'll share it with you. But yeah. Here we go.
Thanks to Jon Favreau. We all witnessed this, right?
Yes.
Exactly what Favreau was able to deliver to the franchise by inserting a Luke Skywalker in the mix for the very ending of
they picked a better picture of Favreau.
Oh God, stop, Mike.
Let's take a picture of him, like, you know, a still from when he's playing, you know, overweight, unsuccessful Happy, who's got to follow Peter around here. That's just, oh man.
Make sure to tune in for Star Wars content.
Come on, you could have picked a better picture of Favreau there.
I think so too. I don't think that's doing Favreau justice there. if you ask me.
Well, maybe that's to highlight how beat up he is by holding back Kathleen Kennedy. No,
maybe. I'm sorry. I was saving another image that has been sent to us. I love the fact that people send this stuff live. Like, look, if you're watching this video and you're not watching it live, you need to watch it live. And you know what? You can watch it live every Thursday night.
Yes.
At 9 p.m. We're going to be here every Thursday night, ladies and gentlemen, at 9 p.m. We're on a regular schedule now, baby.
Yes.
As long as the nonsense keeps flowing, we're going to be digging deep. And and finding this nonsense. So if you're not watching this live, I don't know what to tell you. I have people sometimes they're like, why do you guys keep laughing about stuff and pulling up pictures and talking about stuff? You're not even watching the video. It's like, I think you're missing the point.
You're missing the point. Exactly.
I don't think that you're understanding the point of the show, but I could be wrong.
This stuff should not make you angry. This stuff should make you laugh, make you enjoy your fandom even more.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna let the fandom menace tell me how to tear Star Wars apart. I'm gonna let it make me laugh and enjoy it even more.
So you're not going to let them tell you how to enjoy or not enjoy your Star Wars? Is that
exactly.
Oh well.
It's been noted that they won't let me enjoy or not enjoy. Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to make you aware of one of our sponsors tonight. Yes. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Mike ZEROH Clickbait Video Warehouse, trusted by the Phantom Menace for all their clickbait video needs. Do you have clickbait? Are you in need of clickbait? Make sure to call Mike ZEROH Clickbait Video Warehouse, trusted by the Phantom Menace for all their clickbait video needs for over 5 years.
Salty.
Yes. Thank you, Ambassador. All right, here we go. Poor Jon Favreau.
Of Mando. Now, that really gave fans a lot of hope about the future. It really got fans very much excited about season 3 of Mandalorian, which, by the way,
much excited.
Is slated for a 2022 release. We're still not quite sure if they're aiming for the beginning, middle, or end of that year.
One of the three.
It'll probably release in one of the 12 months of 2022.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. That's
we're not so sure.
It's coming in 2022, so I don't know if it's going to be the beginning, middle, or end.
I mean, all he's telling you is exactly what they, what they said at the investor conference. I mean, okay,
pretty much. Even John is like, seriously, Mike, you couldn't have picked a better picture.
Exactly. Even Favs is like, really, man, you gonna do me like this?
That's funny. Oh boy.
But it's looking more like it's going to be the middle of 2022.
He just totally pulled that out of his butt. He's like, we don't know if it's going to be the beginning, the middle, or the end, but it's looking more and more like it's going to be the middle of 2022 because sure, stuff, time.
Yeah, but it's looking like the middle because how do you know that?
Because if it's at any time at all, you can just say, "Oh yeah, it was in the middle." That's why. That's why. I have not read High Republic yet. Thomas is wondering if Enosh will ever talk about it. That's a good question.
Maybe.
Maybe. I'll be honest with you. I need to probably give it a chance. Just I'm not really interested in that time period of Star Wars, to be honest with you. I've never been really interested in that. I know everybody loves, and I say that with all respect because I know that people absolutely love things like Knights of the Old Republic, right?
Yeah.
And leading up to this, and I know people are been looking forward to the Old Republic or the whatever that is, but I never played the game, to be quite honest with you. There's some characters that I do like, from that era, some of the Sith, you know, but I've never been a huge fan of things before episode 1, to be honest with you. So I'm hoping that changes. I'm hoping that changes. And that this High Republic thing is good. So I'm definitely interested as you guys. Yeah, if you guys start reading it here, as Earth 16 says, you know, I got the High Republic. I'm excited to read it. Yeah, let me know. Let me know what you guys think. I would definitely love to hear from you guys because I don't get a lot of time to invest in reading like I used to. Like because I went through all Legends stuff, man. You know. When I was a kid and well, not a kid, but I was, you know, a teenager and older. And I loved Legends stuff. The older I get, the more, you know, I'm working and I'm doing stuff like this. I'm streaming constantly. And so, you know, so I don't get a chance to like sit down and just read a book. It takes a lot for me to be able to get through a book. And so I'm definitely interested to hear though, what you guys think of it and, you know, what your opinions are. So, all right, here we go.
Now, on top of all of this, what's really exciting all has to do with Jon Favreau's stance on Kathleen Kennedy and the overall direction of Kathleen Kennedy's leadership over at Lucasfilm behind the scenes when it came to, of course, numerous projects.
Numerous projects. Like what?
Was that a sentence?
It was kind of like a mismatch of thoughts.
Speaking of reading, was that a sentence? I don't know that was all really like a cohesive sentence. Yes, Matt Jarbo, I am aware. I do know, by the way, welcome, Matt Jarbo. I am aware, and I do realize that they're not. I realize that the Old Republic takes place thousands of years before the Phantom Menace, and that this here, the High Republic, not the Hiram Public.
The Hiram Public.
The Hiram. Who's this Hiram? Who is Hiram? Is he Don's friend?
Who's Hiram Public? This guy, is he related? Is he related to Via Getty?
It's a new character from Star Wars, Hiram Public.
Hiram Public. He's like Shabbat Shalom.
The crazy thing is like Hiram Public could definitely be a Star Wars name.
He's a very ethnic Jedi, but he keeps kosher and he follows the ways of the Force.
There you go. No, I do understand the timeline from him. Like that's why I said that I've never been like very fascinated or like interested in a lot of things before the Phantom Menace. Actually, the one story that I'm really interested in was Plagueis, and like I like the idea of the lineage of the Sith, but unfortunately we haven't seen a lot of that. But speaking of lineage of the Sith, Mike Havoc says, I predict Mike will say Tor Valum will be in Mando season 3 and a CGI refaced Lobot will turn up.
That's it. That's I haven't seen any of those Lobot theories lately. Like Lobot was like, there were a lot of theories like way back before the sequel trilogy started that Lobot would somehow show up. I mean, those kind of never came to pass.
Yeah. I agree with Earth 16 here. I did like the Solo twins. I love the Solo twins. I actually have the Jaina Solo action figure back here. She's, you know, the 6-inch figure. I've got, you know, all the figures that, and I agree with this, Darth Tasty. The Plagueis book was awesome. And I'm, you know, it's too bad that, it's not canon anymore, honestly, because but it's one of those things that I came to, you know, just be okay with, I guess, you know. Ambassador says Don Hiram Public. That's his full name. Don Hiram Public. Oh my gosh.
Fantastic.
Oh my gosh. This is great. It's hard to keep up with a lot of you guys' Darth Don is the villain in the High Republic.
Just I mean, there's just like
no, Aaron. He does not fight on the Sabbath.
He doesn't. He's
like he doesn't lift his lightsaber.
Nope. If Koufax doesn't pitch, Hiram doesn't fight the Sith. Okay.
TW. That's one of the reasons why I'm looking forward to the Acolyte, because it does take place during that time, and so I figure like if I don't have a lot of time to watch or to read books or even listen to audio books, then hopefully I will. I used to have a lot of time to even listen to audiobooks because I used to drive a lot, but unfortunately I don't. All right, back to my conversation about my personal life and not being able to read a lot is more interesting than Mike Zero. Let's return to Mike Zero because that's what the show's about.
Let's get some nonsense on there.
Now, one thing that I have to say before we actually move on is that Jon Favreau, he's a passionate fan and a passionate creator, and that's exactly why The Mandalorian was so successful to the franchise, right?
Okay.
So successful for the Star Wars fandom to enjoy around the entire globe.
All right.
Now, with that being said, of course, all right, with The Mandalorian Season 2 now over and Season 3 currently being worked on by Jon Favreau and Filoni, it's described that Disney is looking forward, of course, to the new Star Wars projects to arrive in the near future. Where
it's described that they're looking for the new projects to arrive in the near future.
Where are they coming from?
What is this?
Wait a second. Hold on. Wait a second. So you're telling me these people aren't actually writing this stuff? It's just coming to them? Who's dropping it off, Johnny?
Don is dropping it off after he gets.
I feel like we should right now have the meme of the guy from Ancient Aliens and just be like, aliens. Aliens are dropping off the Star Wars story. It's my theory altogether that Star Wars has always been a reality. It's something that really happened a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away that was implanted into George Lucas's brain. And that means even more so. If you didn't like The Last Jedi, too bad. That's how it happened.
I don't understand. Like he didn't tell us anything.
He didn't say anything. Dude,
It's been noted that they're making the new things to arrive and they want them in the near future.
I almost have to listen to that again because he literally said that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are working on it, and with Disney and Lucasfilm waiting for the new Star Wars stuff to arrive. Like I don't know what that means, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, where's it coming from?
It's described that Disney is looking forward, of course, to the new Star Wars projects to arrive in the near future.
Are the Storks bringing them?
Do they not have project managers and producers that follow up on these things? Like what? I don't.
It's described. Where is it described that Disney and Lucasfilm are just sitting around waiting for the new Star Wars to be delivered? What does that mean?
Hey, this is Bob. The CEO. Do you guys get an envelope with my name on it from Lucasfilm? No. Okay, I'm waiting for somebody to mail me the new Star Wars. So just trying to get an idea. Yeah, hello.
Yes. Excuse me, sir. UPS here. I have brought the new Star Wars. I'm here to deliver it.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay, cool. Do I have to sign for it or?
Yes, sir. If you could sign right here. Your name again, sir?
Bob.
Oh, then why does it say Hiram Public? I don't know if I can give this to you, sir.
No, I'm the CEO. Yeah, this is yeah. Let me see here. We've just been waiting for the new Star Wars to be delivered.
I don't know if I could trust you, sir.
This is how we do things here in Hollywood.
I don't know if I could trust you, sir, with my Star Wars.
You can trust me.
Meow, meow, meow. Don't trust you, meow, meow, meow.
Listen, don't get salty with me.
Well, can I leave this Crockett Johnson with you at least? I really don't want to take this Crockett Johnson back.
They open the box. It's like they're like, this isn't the new Star Wars. This is a Crockett Johnson.
That's gonna go bad now. He unsealed it.
They're like, we opened it. It's like instead of they open the package, it's like that part in Indiana Jones when they crack open the Ark of the Covenant. And they're like, oh, just bad stuff all around.
This is how we do it. Crockett Johnson does it like nobody does. This is how we do it. Taste the Johnson, but it's salty flavor. This is how we do it. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Whew. Where the heck are they waiting for Star Wars to come from?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like he's just making nonsense so that he can stretch out the time.
He's literally trying to fill time.
Worked on by Jon Favreau and Filoni. It's described that Disney is looking forward, of course, to the new Star Wars projects to arrive.
Looking for, of course, to the new Star Wars projects to arrive. not looking forward, but looking for
to, of course,
near future. Where it's noted, however, that in a recent interview with Jon Favreau, he went on to reveal and unveil more to do with Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy. At one,
what?
I'm sorry, I didn't have Kathleen Kennedy up there. That was all. There's Kathleen.
He went on to the interview to reveal more about Kathleen Kennedy.
And unveil.
Where? What interview?
I'm glad you asked. I'm really glad you asked, Johnny.
That Good Morning America interview he did, like, he didn't say anything about Kathleen Kennedy.
Well, see, Johnny, it's interesting that you say that, because you know what? I was wondering too, like, what possible interview could that be? Like maybe I just missed an interview, right?
Yeah.
Is that possible that I could have missed?
It's possible, Enosh. We do have lives outside of Mike Zero, as much as people would.
We do?
Think we don't. I mean, I do. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, could you share it?
Well, I mean, you kind of like have to like look away from Mike Zero, and then he'll lose power.
Walking by with a teardrop in my eye, Mike, look away. Mike Zero, look away. Crockett Johnson on my lips. Okay, so here's the thing. I like you was very interested in looking up, Johnny, what article this could possibly be, because obviously Mike Zero knows about secret articles that we don't know about.
I mean, yeah.
And I see that you did your research as well, because you brought up this Good Morning America interview, which is the last interview that Jon Favreau has given. It's the latest interview Jon Favreau has given. And before this, he had not given an interview dating all the way back to October.
Yeah, it was before. It was the one right before the premiere, right?
Yep. And you know what that means? You know what that means, Johnny?
What?
It means, unlike Mike, we got a source and we did our due diligence.
What?
People ask me why we do this show. People leave comments afterwards and go,
"Your guys are just jealous of Mike Zero. You guys are just mean and you hate."
Somebody was literally like,
"You guys suck for criticizing him. You guys are stupid and just two old guys."
And I was like, okay, so that means like you're stupid too for criticizing us, right? Because you criticize us, we criticize him. So, and he's a liar. So none of us are innocent here, but
yeah, I mean, well, it's just like, Matt Jarbo said it best the other night on a stream, and he said something. He goes, "Look, people are still confusing number of subscribers, number of views, number of citations in garbage news sites as truth. Like, if this guy has 200,000 subs, he must be spouting the truth."
Oh, yeah.
It has nothing to do with whether something's true or not. He lied. Unless in this interview I missed something and he talks about Kathleen Kennedy.
Yep. Well, we just heard him say that Jon Favreau did an interview in which he goes off on Kathleen Kennedy, right? So I figured before we even hear what Mike has to say, why don't we take a look at the latest interview of Jon Favreau, which was December 21st, by the way. Yeah. That was the last interview that's been noted. Okay.
Noted.
And we're just going to go over this real quick. Jon Favreau on Mandalorian Season 2's shocking final cameo, Book of Boba Fett details. Okay, I don't see a headline that says anything about Jon Favreau spills the tea on Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah,
puts Kathleen Kennedy in her place. Denotes that Kathleen Kennedy has nothing to do with the Mandalorian and that it's all him and Dave Filoni. Okay, so last week's season-filled episode, you guys can see this all here. It talks about, that. It talks about how they at the end, they dropped the Book of Boba Fett. As the title suggests, the series centers around Tamara Morrison's recently resurrected bounty hunter. We all saw that they were getting that.
Yeah.
Favreau revealed he did reveal something, but he revealed the series is being worked on now and will air on Disney Plus before season 3 of The Mandalorian. He also revealed something else, the logo for the new show. Nothing so far about Kathleen, which reflects the color scheme. Oh, he revealed the color scheme. Oh my gosh, he revealed the color scheme of Fett's battle-scarred Mandalorian armor. Kathleen Kennedy, look out.
No.
They got color scheme. Hashtag color scheme means Kathleen's fired. Just saying. Lion King director noted. Something was noted. The Lion King director noted that he's personally working on that series as well as 2 others, including Ahsoka and Rangers of the New Republic, all of which take place during the timeline of The Mandalorian. He's been revealing stuff. I don't know if he's going to unveil something, but he's revealed a couple of things and now noted something. Favreau also explained. He explained how nervous the cast and crew were about somebody spoiling the return of a certain Jedi in the finale's climax. It's very hard to keep a secret nowadays, especially with Star Wars. He added every piece of casting for the season leaked. We were so scared right up until it aired that our surprise cameo was going to leak too. Mark Hamill even reprised his role of Luke Skywalker. Well, surely then Mark Hamill throws Kathleen Kennedy under the bus, because I almost did the video about Mark Hamill going off on Kathleen Kennedy and being pissed off at Kathleen Kennedy, but I decided to do this one instead. But actually,
she was going to be the one to rescue Grogu, but
yeah. And let's see. The fact that Mark Hamill says the fact that we were able to keep my involvement a secret for over a year with no leaks is nothing less than a miracle. Hamill tweeted on Saturday, a real triumph for spoiler haters everywhere. Wait, hold on. Wait a second.
Where's the rest?
Oh, Good Morning America must why there must be something wrong with their website, Johnny. Their website must be wrong, because it looks like it ends there and goes to this other interview about Michelle Obama. I mean, unless that's secretly Kathleen Kennedy,
maybe.
Oh my gosh, man! If she's dressing up like Obama, that's an even more of a problem. Now she's a racist. Good Lord! What the heck? That's all about Michelle Obama.
No, that looks legit.
I don't see anything here about Kathleen Kennedy.
Is he telling us lies?
Surely this is a misprint. Surely something's wrong here. Surely don't call me Shirley. I don't know. I'm a little worried about this. Even Mark Hamill says something here that's kind of interesting, Johnny, because he brings up the fact that, I don't know, people like Mike Zero and Doomcock. I don't remember us ever hearing any word that Luke Skywalker was going to definitely appear at the end of this, right?
No,
surely Doomcock's, agents and people, I never tuned into Doomcock and saw this video, Johnny. Hail! It is I, Doomcock, with special information from my secret agents within Lucasfilm and Disney. I have been told that you can take it for sure that Luke Skywalker will be rescuing Grogu in the season 2 finale, thus proving that I have actual scoops and know what I'm talking about. Stay angry, my friends, until you see Luke, and then be super happy that Dave Filoni has saved us along with Jon Favreau. I don't remember that video.
We must have, because nobody said anything about it. All they've been talking about is Favreau and Lucas versus Kathleen Kennedy, whether it's Doomcock, Mike Zero, Midnight's Edge. It's everybody's been talking about this supposed civil war and what Favreau's doing to save the series or the franchise. I didn't hear anything about this.
Here's the video we missed right here, man. Here's the video we missed. It is I, Doomcock, with my special guest Grogu. now, Grogu, tell us who's going to be in the season finale with you. Is he for real? Everybody knows it's going to be Luke Skywalker, right? Oh, was I not supposed to say that? Oh, now they're going to fire me. Thanks. No problem. You're welcome anytime. Like, seriously. Seriously, folks.
If these people had any sources, and see, I got attacked by Doomcock's people on Twitter because after that finale aired, he talked about how he basically said like he knew it was going to happen, but he was still worked up and cried about it. And I'm like, if you had any sources, you would have been blabbing about this all over the place. You know, like they would have been. It would have been out there, but they don't have any real sources.
Earth 16 Comics Wire podcast hits the nail on the head here. And see, this is exactly what I think. I'm just going to call you Earth 16 if you don't mind. But I'm gonna have to check. Obviously, you got a podcast. I'm gonna have to check that out. I like the name of it. But here's the thing. So we've determined that Doomcock is a grifter. He's the worst kind because he's not only lying, but he's literally trying to keep people angry, keep people mad at the fandom. Like even in the face of the Mandalorian, even Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers has lately. Like I just watched a whole video because I thought about trying to do a Geeks and Gamers video because he had this whole thing. The problem was like I was actually kind of agreeing with some of the things that Jeremy was saying because Jeremy was actually like, look. I don't like The Last Jedi at all, but I can't argue with the fact that many people do like The Mandalorian. Now, I've got my own problems with The Mandalorian, but I can't argue with the fact that people do like it, and it's been accepted well. Doomcock would still have you be angry no matter what. He doesn't want you to be happy about Star Wars. He doesn't want you to enjoy Star Wars. He wants you to be angry because as long as you're angry, he can feed off of you.
I mean, and the thing is, too, like, Doomcock also said that when after episode 1 premiered, that only 50,000 people had watched it.
Yeah, 45,000.
Yeah, after within 48 hours of it being out there, and I think that was blown away by. Can I say who blew that away? Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so shout out to Cylon Scotty who went and did the work and proved that Doomcock was a liar. If you want to get
because those numbers were readily
Yeah.
available to the public of what was actually done.
I mean, trust me, if only 50,000 people had streamed The Mandalorian season 2, episode 1
In the first couple of days.
Yeah, that they wouldn't be out there filming Boba Fett right now. They wouldn't be writing the Ahsoka series. Give me a break. Come on, man. And it'd be done. For him to completely ignore that he even said that is just ridiculous.
Yep.
And I don't think Zero's evil. I think Mike Zero is just giving people what they want to watch. He knows that he can get people to watch it, so he does it.
I think what happened to Mike Zero was he hit on something, people started watching it, and he is literally going to do everything that he can to hold on to that.
Because he did in the way he's not inciting people to be angry. He's not.
Now, well, this last year he did hit a corner because up until last year, that's why I even say in the Mark Uno video. I'm sorry, that's why Mark Uno says
that's
in his video this week that you can find here on the Point Extra Lounge because we are the official home of Mark Uno. But Mark Uno said, just like Mike last year, he had been praising Star Wars and saying how great it was and how awesome it was and how he was looking forward to the Rise of Skywalker until like a couple of weeks right before the Rise of Skywalker hit. And then all of a sudden we hate it. I hate it. I've got to come clean. Like he was doing these videos because people thought that he was actually going to come clean and like say, look, I've been obviously I'm messing around and stuff. And he knows that and was playing into that. And so literally put out a video that says, I got to finally tell the truth. And you watch that video and he's just like, I'm super angry about Star Wars and have hated Star. And it's like, I even did a stupid video that I think somebody told me not too long ago that that's how they found me because I did a video one night at like 2 a.m. where I'm just cutting cantaloupe and I'm just saying mean things as Mike Zero. Like I dressed up as Mike Zero and I'm just like sitting there like cutting cantaloupe up and just like ticked off about Star Wars, And so the thing is I will say this, even though I don't believe that he set out to be a grifter, he is thriving off of people's anger for Star Wars, and it does him more good if people can believe his nonsense.
Exactly. And you still get people in social media, whether it's here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. I don't think he's on Insta or something like that. Anything, but like you still get people out there that buy into the stuff he's peddling.
Yep. Poor Kathleen. Oh, gotta love her. All right, here we go.
At one point in time, Jon Favreau stated that Kathleen Kennedy originally wanted to move away from George Lucas's vision for The Mandalorian Season 1 and wanted
George Lucas never had a vision for Mandalorian.
Of Star Wars, if you will, being put into place for the Star Wars series.
Look, I believe that Dave Filoni has worked with George. Obviously, he worked with him on the Clone Wars, right? Dave Filoni, sat under the tutelage of George Lucas and knows what he knows about Star Wars from George Lucas. That's why, like, when everybody got pissed off about the whole Freddie Prinze Jr. rant, like, literally, the man was just saying what Dave Filoni has been saying all along, which is what George Lucas had been saying all along, which I find really interesting because all the people who got ticked off about that were people who like now are like all up George Lucas's butt. And I love George Lucas. George Lucas created something that, look, is not just my childhood, it's my adulthood as well. I'm surrounded in my house by Star Wars. I live Star Wars. But like, you can't have it both ways. George Lucas can't be the arbiter and the creator of all things good. And yet when somebody else speaks his words, you hate it and it's wrong because it's not your idea of Star Wars. But that's what,
Well, that's what they do. I mean, they do the same thing with Kathleen Kennedy. She's either in control of everything or in control of nothing, and so you can't have it one way or the other. Lucas has said many times that Lucas's biggest problem is he cares too much what other people think about his art.
Yep.
And so that's why he was constantly revisiting the trilogy. When he started doing the updates and he wanted to make it better, he wanted to do things a little bit differently. He started to listen to what people were saying when he wrote the prequels and when he filmed those and when they came out. And so he cares too much about what other people have to say. That's why he'll never be involved with Star Wars ever again, other than like just hand waving set visit, showpiece.
Yeah, and can we just like establish first of all, like in all of our stuff talking about Mike Zero, that obviously he lied. He absolutely lies. Like this, all the stuff that we're hearing right now about this article, right? That he's going on and on about some article that Mike Zero supposedly, found with Favreau talking about this that we're going to hear about in just a second. It's all a lie.
Well, it is. And I mean, and Mike, if you're still watching, can you somehow work like one of our names into your next video? Like just drop some type of like, now I know John and Johnny, like that you could do that, but like
my last name is Fee.
Like Fee, I think if you put Fee in there somehow, that would be amazing.
Yeah. Can Mike Zero get better pictures and stop eating all the Hot Pockets?
Jack, that's impossible.
Hey, Layla, I did see your email, but I don't have a place to just put his thumbnails in right now. But I do want to say thank you to Zip Havoc because in all of this, if it's salty, it's zero. I got to figure out a way to make a T-shirt out of that statement right there. If it's salty, it's zero. 0 calories. 0 calorie Mike Zero soda. A little salty, but it's zero.
Full of salt, empty of calories, no credibility.
No credibility. Which, you know what? Makes me want to just say, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget that you can visit our Teespring, where you can get such great T-shirts as our 2 cents on nonsense shirt right here. You can also get the weird nonsense shirt with Doomcock and Mike Zero in the shower there with the lovely Kathleen Kennedy. And if you need to see those a little bit closer up, that's what that one looks like right there. I still want to get this one in there somehow. I'm Mike Zero's girlfriend for the ladies. That one has this picture in it right here, and
it's just perfect.
I think I'm going to make a T-shirt out of this one. I think I'm going to put out there to people, but don't forget the Zero Credibility shirt. Darth Tasty has a Zero Credibility shirt. He sent me a picture of, and guys, if you order a shirt, for those of you who order shirts and stuff, hey, send me a picture if you could of you wearing the shirt, so we can do give you a shout out here on the channel, because we would love to see you in our attire, and
that'd be awesome.
So, yes, do that. All right. So even Luke is just looking on, going like,
Luke's like, good Lord.
This is an evil I have never even faced. I don't even know what to think.
Favreau continues, of course, saying that Kennedy feared that this would actually cost the value of the show and lower the quality, and that it was Dave Filoni who convinced Kennedy otherwise.
What?
Yeah, that George Lucas's ideas on The Mandalorian were going to weaken the show, bring the show down, and so she refused to it. And it was actually Dave Filoni that said, "Oh no, let's see here where a liar works." This is like Satan himself. Satan himself doesn't have to literally like try to get you to just like fall down and like do traditional like Satan worship. You know what I mean? Like, "Oh devil, I love you." No, it's literally just like you get people skewed off just a little bit. So it sounds like it's real. Like, well, yeah, Dave Filoni would stand up for George Lucas, sure, and what George Lucas wants. And then you realize, but this article never even took place.
But
this interview never even took place.
It didn't. They're perverting an existing relationship by making up an article that never existed. And it's just he's just parroting what people want to hear. He's some of the people who buy this stuff want to live in an echo chamber. This is what they want to hear. It's just ridiculous.
I'm telling you, it's.
Can he use a freaking pronoun? I don't know, Zay. Like,
DL Vince says, "I'm not even convinced Zero is an actual person. He might be an android. He delivers his lines in the exact same cadence and the same zoned out eye contact in every video."
Exactly. I mean, he could be.
Yeah, you might be onto something there, DL. I've been saying that a long time myself, because it's weird. It's some of the stuff.
Well, he so that people would stop accusing him of making stuff like and then dropping it all over the place. Like now he puts the date in every time, but you'll notice that he starts the videos out with him talking about the date. You will not surely die. Exactly, TW. But like
Mike Zero coming out and says, it's just no, the Mandalorian season 3, they're gonna say that the Mandalorian's gonna die, but they won't surely die.
He won't surely die. Yeah.
I got to go call my source, Mike Zero, and ask for some Hot Pockets.
His mom's she's making a Costco run right now.
Yeah, we're taking an order. Ham and cheese for me, please, Mom. I was always the pepperoni pizza kind of guy,
I like the pepperoni ones. Like the ham and cheese were decent. Like if you wanted to change it up.
Yeah, I mean, like if they didn't have another box of pepperoni pizza, and your mom could get that cheeseburger one, wasn't that bad either. Be quite honest.
No, the breakfast ones aren't terrible either.
Man, I remember when I used to be able to eat Hot Pockets. All right, here we go.
Salty.
In turn, took a lot of convincing for her to accept this approach of the show. Favreau actually continues to state that Kathleen Kennedy wanted to actually insert numerous co-writers for the Mandalorian series.
Whatever.
She actually did not trust in him, all right, in his vision for them actually treating of the Mandalorian and the overall franchise, and that she wanted co-writers to take care of it more so. Now, this all fell in line with, of course, how she believed that Favreau would actually steer away from her vision of the overall franchise. Favreau states that Kathleen Kennedy had spoken with George Lucas about the Mandalorian series and wanted him to stay away from the project, and Lucas decided to do just that.
My God, if this article really existed, like it would blow the doors off of everything. Like,
dude, if this actually was real, don't you think the rest of the fandom menace would be all over this in a second?
Well, not just that, but the legitimate stuff. Like there'd be articles in Variety about like our opinion why Kathleen Kennedy needs to resign. You know,
dude,
like
look at the Ray Fisher stuff that we like. Ray Fisher was here on the channel, dude, and we literally got quoted in all kinds of publications online. There was like a newspaper send up over in the Philippines, I think it was. Like it was all over the world. The man does a tweet and it's all over the world, and it's talking about this whole entire saga that's going on. This entire saga with Kathleen Kennedy. If this kind of thing came out that Kathleen was literally wanting, like, because you got to understand, Mike is not saying that this is like behind the scenes, like
he's hearing it from another writer or something.
Yeah,
like
he's not saying that.
Published material.
Yeah, he's not saying that this is like Doomcock says that like it's his, you know, his agents and stuff inside there. That's not what Mike Zero is saying here, folks. Mike Zero is literally saying that this was an interview with Jon Favreau.
Yes.
That Jon Favreau literally just threw Kathleen Kennedy under a bus, a train, an airplane that crashed into both of those, that drug around for 10 miles and slammed into the nearest train station, exploding it, throwing the train along with Kathleen Kennedy out into the street where 5 cars and buses ran her over, drug her through the city streets as people threw Hot Pockets at her and cheered for the death of her reign over Star Wars. That's the kind of thing. This is the damning evidence that the fandom menace wishes would happen. They wish that Jon Favreau would give this kind of interview and say that Kathleen Kennedy basically hates George Lucas's takes and totally didn't want him to have anything to do with it and wanted a writer's room to come in and all these things. Are you kidding me? How can anybody believe Mike Zero? Seriously, if you are here and you're watching this because you want to hate on us for not agreeing, for calling out Mike Zero, explain to me how that works.
It's if you want to hate on us,
show me the article.
Yeah, show me the article. Show me the article. Show me where they say that. You can call me a bum. You can say I'm old. You can say, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not really a bum, you know. I mean, but you know. Show me the article. We're old enough, okay? At least I own the basement I hang out in, right? I mean,
ooh, yeah. It's not your mom's?
No. It's your mom's. Take that, Mike Zero.
Now I kind of wish that I had you know, a video of you doing this.
Who are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance. Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Oh, I love it.
Did you just say his mom? Dude, come on. You don't bring his mom into it. Jeez.
Larry Bird.
Bring his mom into it.
Mom?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's what I'm saying. It's just, you know, some people say, show me the money. I say, show me the article.
Show me the article.
Show me the article. There it is.
Show me the article.
That's a t-shirt right there. Show me the article.
Donnie McGuire right there.
Donnie McGuire. Oh my gosh. You just said Don, what was the other name? Don Hyman Public.
Public.
Don Hyman Public. Show me the article.
Oh my gosh. That would be, yeah, that would be
I don't even know, man. Like, how can you believe him? How can you believe him at this point?
Well, exactly. Like, so what else is this article going to tell us there then?
Oh, there's more. Oh, trust me.
Under Kathleen Kennedy's orders, but Favreau made it clear that he wanted him involved with season 2 for the return of fan favorite characters to be done correctly in season 2 of Mando. Now,
okay.
Like, I used to think that Mike actually wrote this stuff out ahead of time. It's rants like this that he goes on sometimes that just makes me think, like, he literally is just, like, making it up.
I think he's riffing now. Like, I think he's got, like...
You can tell when he starts to riff. Because he has talking points that he'll go back to several times, but then when he riffs, yeah.
Yeah, he's just kind of making it up as he goes along at certain points easily.
Oh, yeah. and then it makes absolutely no sense.
Stop right here for a second before we move on. Now,
okay.
Okay.
Yes.
One thing about Kathleen Kennedy that is true is that
one thing that's true.
She's dealing with the franchise. She does.
So nothing's been true up to this point? Is that what you're telling me?
No. One thing about Kathleen Kennedy, Johnny, that is true. None of what I've been saying here is true about Kathleen Kennedy, but I'm going to tell you the one thing.
Let me tell you the one thing that is true. Okay.
Let me tell you the one thing about Kathleen Kennedy that is true, Johnny. Okay, or I'm sorry. Let Mike tell you.
Like George, what she's is that obviously she doesn't know what she's doing with the franchise. George Lucas, I think that's pretty much clear at this point.
What? Hold on. She doesn't like George Lucas now.
Oh,
he like totally made this personal now between her and George Lucas. She just doesn't like George Lucas. I mean, George Lucas, remember, ladies and gentlemen, George Lucas hand-picked this woman.
He said, when you buy this from me, this needs to be the president of Lucasfilm.
It was one of the prerequisites for him even selling it to Disney. Wow. Was that this particular woman, Kathleen Kennedy, had to be president of Lucasfilm. So everybody who tries to say, well, she was just a secretary, she could just go get him his coffee. I literally watched a video today by Midnight's Edge that tried to make it out that Kathleen Kennedy was a horrible producer. She had never actually produced anything in her life, that she had been riding the coattails of Steven Spielberg and George Lucas, and that the only reason she had any credits to her name was because of that she got lucky, and all she could do was interrupt people, cut people off in things, because Spielberg gave a they had a clip of Spielberg talking about Kathleen Kennedy and said, you know what? When I first met Kathleen, like, she would come in and take notes. She wasn't very good at taking notes. She wasn't very good at that stuff. But you know what? You know what she was really good at was interrupting people and giving us new ideas and ways to think about things. That's what a producer does.
That's what producers do. And that's...
They give you notes.
You know, oh, golly. That's just... He's just going further and further down this rabbit hole. And he's just trying to tell people what he knows they want to hear.
Yeah. Because look, Kelvin, I love you, man. But this is a totally fabricated idea. This is a fabricated lie that is just not true. Even George himself has said that, you know what, he took it a little too personally when they just didn't use his scripts, because they never told him they were going to use his scripts. They bought his scripts and his treatments, really. He had treatments for 7, 8, and 9, but they didn't have scripts. They didn't have it all fleshed out. And they actually used some of his ideas, because he had Luke living on an island as a hermit.
Well, and I think Kelvin... And a
female protagonist.
And I think Kelvin touches on some truth there, though. I really think, I don't know, and maybe I'm missing something, but from what I've read, I haven't seen anything that says that he was outright told they would use his treatments exactly. But I think part of him feels like they should have done him better than that. You know what I mean? Like, I think I think part of him assumes they would have cared more about his ideas. That's just my thought, though. I have no, so I can definitely see why Kelvin feels that way, and because he's not the only one that feels that way.
Oh, I know. And Calvin says here, I don't believe him, but she does suck at what she's doing with Star Wars. But see, so here's my point, though, with this. And I would love discussion on this for sure, because I also watched another Midnight's Edge. I was doing my homework. I was trying to find a video that didn't like delve into, you know, like personal attacks or something like that. And so it was really hard to do. But here's the thing about this is they literally have a video that says she doesn't deserve any kudos for The Mandalorian or the fact that Star Wars is doing well right now. You can't have it both ways. Either she's responsible for the stuff about Star Wars that people don't like. But if she is responsible for the stuff about Star Wars that people don't like, she's also responsible for the stuff now that's going on that they do like, because she's the president of the company. She's the one who writes the checks. She's the one who green lights projects. She's the one who hired Filoni. She's the one who hired Favreau. She's the one who allowed those projects to go through. Like they're literally trying to say that there is this civil war now that you know, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau have amassed this power to go off and do their own thing. And in that video, they literally say that basically they're fighting against each other and Favreau's trying to take her down. That's not how a company works.
No. And if that was happening, somebody would be let go.
Yeah. A company does not work that you go, you put out your stuff and then you put out your stuff that totally trashes her stuff. That's not how that works. And they're not even on the same playing field because she's president of the company. He is literally a writer and a director. Like, that is not, he's a showrunner, but it's because he had an idea and they said, yeah, we'll greenlight it, go with it. Right. But I mean, so that's when I say, we just can't have, we have to be consistent with our complaints. We have to be consistent with our feelings about things, you know. This is you know, Phoenix Night Flame here says she's as much responsible for the failings of the sequels as she is the success of Mando. She is not a creative, just the hiring person. She hired the wrong people for the films, but got it right. So that's what I say. Like, if you don't like the sequels, well, you can blame her, I guess, for the people that she hired and brought on. Yeah, but like, she didn't write the movie, and she didn't, you know, have these people now who are like, she has no power. She doesn't have any, you know, and Mike is one of them. Mike and Doomcock both say that she has no power. She has no authority, that she doesn't make any decisions when it comes to these things at all, except for the female led Acolyte show that's coming out that they totally got wrong in what they thought it was going to be about.
Yeah.
You know,
or it's, yeah. And I mean, is George salty? I think he is a little bit. Does he feel like he was misled? Probably. I mean, but I don't think Kathleen Kennedy is, I don't think, unless people can point to the evidence, and this non-existent article isn't evidence because it's not real, that she's actively out there trying to destroy or hide his legacy. I just can't buy that yet.
Yeah. No, I'm right there. I'm right there with you. And Jeremy Harris, and Jeremy's a good guy, and has been with the channel for a long time. He says, you know, I'm not a fan of her, which is fine. Like, I don't say that you have to be a fan of hers. I don't say that you got to love her, that you got to, you know, agree with all of her decisions and stuff. But hate is a big stretch. And that's the thing, is like, I don't feel that she is deserving of the absolute hate and just vitriol that the fandom menace has bestowed upon Kathleen Kennedy, that we see in every Doomcock video, or like this, every Mike Zero video, where he's literally made up some, you know, crazy secret interview that nobody heard of, you know, it never got published or whatever.
Never been read. Yeah, like, you know, if you really want us to say that he's spouting truth, show me where this article is, because and you know what, this is 2 cents on nonsense, because he's speaking nonsense. He's got no proof. It should be called 2 cents on zero proof.
2 cents on zero.
2 cents on zero.
2 cents on zero. All right. So yeah, it just is, man. It just doesn't make any sense. And here's Gary. Gary's a big supporter of the channel, and Gary is in the trenches, ladies and gentlemen, over at Mike Zero's Facebook page and stuff. He's there every day that Mike Zero posts something, and he says, Mike said Kathleen went to Chapek to change 10 years worth of movies to TV. He said that was wrong to do. Later, Mike then said in another video that TV was the way to go, making Kathy right. Or is Zero lying?
Yes, exactly.
Lady Aberlin, should we put Star Wars on TV or keep trying to put it in the movies? Because I'm scared that if we put it in the theaters, nobody's going to like it. It's not going to make money. Can we put it just on TV to hide our losses? Because Mike Zero said that was a good idea to do, Lady Kennedy.
Yes, as long as you're not afraid.
Well, I'm still a little bit afraid that the Kathleen Kennedy is going to come and get me in my bed at night.
You know,
and you know what, and this is this is it right here. You know, Calvin's got it. You know, she does not deserve hate for a movie, but we all know, sadly, Star Wars has the worst fan base, and they get really violent, say horrible things. They go way too far, and that's absolutely it.
The passion is there. Yeah,
the passion, but like it's the dark side. It literally is the like. Anytime I see this go on, man, it just man, I see so many of these, you know, fandom menacers. They've literally gone to the dark side.
Yeah.
You know, they've literally gone to the dark side. All right.
I don't know about you guys, but to me, that's exactly how it comes off as. That she does not like George Lucas. She did everything in her power to kind of just stay away from Lucas and really not use his material that a lot of the fans grew up with, be it Legends or not. But
George Lucas didn't write Legends, by the way.
Like, he didn't write any of that. He had people at Lucasfilm that would approve stuff. Like, he'd probably see an outline and be like, give it a once over and be like, okay. That's why he had people that were called like keepers of the canon and stuff like that. I can't remember like the what they were called.
You want me to really blow your mind? Lucas, for years, ladies and gentlemen, years, always said that if he did 7, 8, and 9, that he would have done the exact same thing that Disney did. He was going to decanonize it because he said it was never canon. All of the Legend stuff that I love Thrawn, I love Mara Jade. I've always said that look, I may really like, you know, The Last Jedi, and I may have enjoyed the sequels in general, but I've always said that the biggest travesty was that we didn't get Mara Jade. But here's the thing. George Lucas himself said that if he ever got around to doing 7, 8, and 9, he would decanonize everything. There was never canon to begin with, and that people needed to not be, literally, he said, people needed to not be so connected to that because it wasn't real. It was stories about his characters. And people say, well, he approved it. No, he just gave them the ability to write it because he knew that fans wanted new stories, and he was gearing up for episode 1. And so he knew it was going to take years to do that. And so he did that. I
mean, I look at it like, you know, like Batman behind me here. Like there is so much good stuff out there about Batman. Is everything mainline continuity? No. But these are all canon, as in they are part of the mythos of Batman.
Yes.
Like, so these legends, these stories, I love the Thrawn trilogy. I love it. It may not be the Disney mainline continuity, but I'm still going to enjoy it as canon to the character, so to speak, you know, as
part of the myth.
So, I mean, like that's part of like the hashtag I love Star Wars. Like, don't like The Last Jedi? That's fine. You can consume all sorts of other media that are away from that mainline continuity that can be enjoyable. Like, I know Batman fans who hated Christian Bale's Batman.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
so don't watch those movies then, and you can still be a Batman fan. Like it's just but instead there's so much passion that people have to get exactly what they want in the mainline continuity of Star Wars, or they get whiny and angry, and I don't get it.
I know. Real quick, I do want to say, Goldman here says every time I watch Mike Zero, I get dumber. I would just say, if you love Star Wars, and you have not subscribed to the Goldman, you need to be subscribed to the Goldman.
I should do that, dude.
This guy right here I love his content. I love what he's doing for Star Wars. I love his love of Star Wars. See, that's what we talk about here. It's just love of Star Wars. You mentioned hashtag I love Star Wars. And that was something, you know, like I know people have probably used that hashtag at different points, but like last year, well, actually now it was like 2019. It was the end of 2019. we really did this campaign to put out their hashtag I love Star Wars. We even got t-shirts here on the channel on our Teespring. The links are down in the description where you can get a hashtag I love Star Wars I have spoken t-shirt. And the thing is this guy's content, the Goldman, it's the most pure, just out there stuff. Like he
subscribed. There
awesome.
You go.
There you go. He tells it like it is. He's the same way that I try to be. I'll be honest with you, I get a little bit passionate sometimes, and I'm just like, hey, this is just stupid. Like, stop. But Goldman is always very, at least I've seen him be very much respectful of everybody. But he's just like, look, this is what it is, and I love it. He actually did a video, Johnny, in the last week or so, where he's what did he say? He said it 10,000 times. He said restore, or no, continue Ray's story. I think it was continue Ray's story, or something like that. Because he wants to see Ray's story continued. He's also got a great commentary on why Ray is not a Mary Sue, which I think is fantastic. And I know some have tried to debate it, but I still have yet to see anybody come close to taking down what he's saying. And so I love his content, and I'm glad that you guys are subbed to him, because that guy definitely deserves as many subs as he could possibly get. And any time that I know that he's here, and I even talk about him when he's not here, but definitely when I see him, go sub to him, man, because I think he's great. And actually, as soon as we can get Dawson, the three of us are going to do episode 3. We've done 2. We've done episodes 1 and 2 with our commentary on that. We're going to go back and finish off the prequel trilogy with episode 3. He said continue Ray's story 10,000 times. He said it. He had a counter, man, and he was just going. Actually, it was like 10,050. I think it was because he continued going on, and it was just like, man, just set, he had a counter, man. He's just sitting there like continue Ray's story, continue Ray's story, continue Ray's story. Actually, gave me some ideas for like. It was like a Mr. Beast kind of like kind of thing, right? And so like I was like, well, yeah. At least he got it from Mr. Beast, because then like I wouldn't feel so bad like if I tried to do something like that, man. Like that'd be fun. It'd be fun to come up with our very own thing. So yeah, awesome. I'm excited, man. I'm excited too. I can't wait for us to definitely get that. So and good, you guys have subbed to him, so that's awesome. All right, awesome. So let's finish up this video here, and hopefully we don't lose too many brain cells here. Even Luke here is like, I'm a Jedi like my father before me, but I'm about ready to go to the dark side if Mike keeps this crap up and keeps lying about this.
She was the one directly responsible, let's not forget, for the sequel trilogy movies being a big failure in many.
Let me remind you that she's personally responsible for ruining the sequel trilogy. I just wanted to remind you of that.
I just wanted to remind you that it wasn't J.J. Abrams that directed that mess of a movie in episode 9. It was Kathleen Kennedy.
Johnny, I don't know if you heard this, but there is a segment of the fans that don't like Kathleen Kennedy.
Really? Even after she edited, wrote, and directed all 3 of the sequel trilogies?
Yes. Yes,
wow.
They still do not like her for some reason, and it's absolutely mind-boggling. But absolutely well deserved. The hatred that she has coming towards her.
Different aspects. Look at what happened with the rise of Skywalker, right?
Written and directed by Kathleen Kennedy,
edited by Kathleen Kennedy, sound mixed by Kathleen Kennedy.
Star Wars, the biggest
sound mix.
She was the Foley artist as well.
I'd love to see the Fandom Menace go down the list. She was responsible for casting every woman in it. She was directly responsible for the 2 women kissing at the end. She was
costume design by Kathleen Kennedy. She's also the one that gave Lin-Manuel Miranda that stupid cameo.
Sound directed by Kathleen Kennedy.
Release of all ended up just being average, or maybe even below average to some fans out there.
It was average. No, let me change that. Below average.
It was average. No, wait, it was below average.
Below average.
Even that
it's
it
like my girlfriend.
Box office expectations that they were actually projecting.
Those box office projections
that they were projecting.
And it didn't even meet the box office results that they got for The Last Jedi. It actually made less than The Last Jedi, and there's a reason behind that. Is because
less people saw it.
Fans got really over pissed off at The Last Jedi for some reason and didn't want to wait to actually see what the story was. And so they actually forced the hand of J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy to try to, I don't know, make the fans happy. And in doing so, kind of ruined it. But I still enjoy it.
Episode 9 got far less repeat viewings. Now, everything about
he knows how many repeat viewings everyone did of The Last Jedi, or of The Rise of Skywalker. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He's making up stuff about Kathleen, so be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Mike Zero's looking in your window. Imagine that face looking in your window at night.
Oh, man.
Excellent writer, excellent producer, excellent actor.
Jon Favreau, God among men. Smells like the best aftershave you've ever smelled. Gets up in the morning. His hair literally brushes itself.
Founder of the MCU.
Yes. Has the most magnificent man junk ever. Neatly groomed. I wish that Manscaped was our sponsor tonight, so we could say,
amazing.
It's just naturally well groomed down there for Jon Favreau. Yes. He actually never ages. He's the perfect weight.
Always.
A god among men, really, that Jon Favreau.
Actor, I do suggest that you guys go ahead and check out his cameos in the Sopranos TV show. He's an amazing actor in that.
Of all the things to pick,
he picks his guest spot in how many episodes of Sopranos is he in? Like,
I don't know. I didn't even know. Honestly,
yeah,
I don't know.
He's in a handful of them where he basically plays himself when Tony's nephew is trying to get this mob movie made and all that. It's
okay.
What? No, there's better thing. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm not saying that they're bad cameos. I'm just saying I would think that like you could pick like a ton of different stuff. What's up, Prime? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I could have definitely picked like, I don't know, like Chef, which is a fantastic film. It's the fact that what he did with Iron Man was the first Iron Man to make a character go from mid-level comic notoriety to like pop culture icon. I mean, that's why do you bring up Favreau in Sopranos? That just makes no sense.
You know what, Goldman? So Johnny, I know that we've kind of, blocked this out for you and me, but I gotta say, if there's one person that I think I would let in,
could be the Gold Man.
It'd be the Gold Man. We're gonna have to talk about that for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, because it's a special timing. You know what I mean? It really is a special timing, Johnny. I mean, like Kathleen Kennedy couldn't do this.
No,
when I think, Johnny, of like people who could possibly be up to the caliber enough to be on 2 Cents on Nonsense, I think you, obviously, me, obviously, right? Jon Favreau or Favreau.
What about Dave Filoni?
Yeah, but just barely. I mean, I love him, but I could bring him in. Of course, Don.
He would be perfect. Don could replace either one of us. It could just be Don on Nonsense.
Don on Nonsense. Yes, sure. Why not? And you know what? We just do that. I mean, Don can take over the whole show.
2 Don Blondes.
2 Don Blondes. Exactly. 2 Don Blondes. Mike Zero just up there singing 25 years and my life is still trying to figure out how to be a Disney shill for life, for a destination. Realized quickly when I knew I should that there was no way that I was going to make it in that brotherhood of Disney, for whatever that means. And so I changed my tune in late 2019, and I came and decided to be real mean, and I screamed at the top of my lungs, I'm going dark side.
No, what's going down? Ooh,
what's going down? What's going down? And I said, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going down?
Ah. I might need that Don on a face mask there.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay.
We know it's not like he'll ever talk to us about using his likeness because he doesn't reply to anything. So
look at Luke there. Luke is like, I'm scared.
So he's a little bit here and there. I think that Favreau has done an amazing job on all fronts in Hollywood. He's been
on all fronts in Hollywood. Favreau is now the top. Just saying.
I think he's done an amazing job on all fronts in Hollywood. It's like whatever. Like who are you to tell us if he's done an amazing job or not? You just made up an interview that he never did.
Right.
In here, as far as I can remember, the early 90s, maybe even before that in the late 80s. There's a big hit. That's actually what got Favreau,
I'm just going down memory lane with Jon Favreau.
He's like, well, because he's not on camera right now, so he's like trying to look up IMDb to say something else about like what he's done.
Remember Swingers? That was a thing. He was on. He's literally looking, like he said, he's looking up Favreau's IMDb. He's like, he was really great in The Sopranos. Remember his things on The Sopranos? And Swingers was really good. He's been around since like the 90s or maybe the late 80s.
He directed like Lion King and Jungle Book and yeah, so he does really good.
Oh my gosh.
It's been noted.
It's been noted here. So stoked for Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I know they're filming right now.
Oh my gosh!
Unless they shut everything down in the UK, I'd have to look at that.
That's on all fronts, Goldman. All fronts. Jon Favreau has
all fronts, not just the sides and the rear. Jon Favreau, all fronts, fronts.
He's got it all covered.
He's got it all covered.
Literally, we could literally fire everyone else in Hollywood. Just bring on Favreau. I say from this point on, just give every show, every movie, everything. Jon Favreau can write, direct, and star in every movie. I want to see now pictures, ladies and gentlemen, from you all out there of Jon Favreau in every wonderful movie that we've ever seen, because we all know that all movies would suck and pale in comparison to Jon Favreau's version. Jon Favreau is the Terminator.
I want to see someone deep fake Kathleen Kennedy into every role of Rise of Skywalker, since she was completely responsible for it. Like that would be somebody's going to do that.
This is the Don we need, but not the Don we deserve right now.
I watched a good Christmas movie over the break. It was called Don Hard. And I followed it up with Don Hard 2.
Don Harder.
Starring Don McClane as a cop.
Never say Don. Coleman's gonna change his YouTube name to the Favreau Man.
He's like the Marlboro Man, but instead of delivering cigarettes, he delivers Star Wars movies.
Oh my gosh. I can see now they're gonna redo Ghostbusters, and now instead of the Marshmallow Man, they're all gonna be standing there, and all of a sudden it's just gonna be like, well, nobody thought of anything. Did you think of anything? Did you think of anything? All I could think of was the fact that Jon Favreau is the most amazing writer and director and producer of all time. It's like, what? The comer of death. It's just Jon Favreau watch, and they lose. You can't beat Jon Favreau because Jon Favreau is amazing.
He's amazing on all fronts. You lose. You can't win.
Yippee-don-yay, mother effers.
Yippee-don-yay. Now I have a machine gun. Don.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah.
We're only halfway through this video.
Unknown. And further, I think that with Favreau's treatment of The Mandalorian Season 2 is that we can see this nice transition between the Star Wars fandom and the overall creators that are on board over at Lucasfilm. I want to go back to one thing here, is how Kathleen Kennedy had tried to insert co-writers for the Mandalorian series.
There's no proof.
Co-writers, because Kathleen Kennedy did not trust in Jon Favreau's vision.
Because the season 1 wasn't great. Oh, that's right, it was. That makes literally no sense whatsoever.
There's always been, they have more than one writer for the show. I mean, but there's like, I don't know, like.
Are you talking nonsense again? I'm gonna have to mute you. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for my co-host Johnny Pop. As you see here, you can see down here in the corner here. I have muted right here. Right there. I've muted his mic because he's now talking some sense, and we all know that we can't have that here on the channel. We need him to just go ahead and toe the company line. And to realize that, no, this show only has one writer, one producer, one God above all gods, and that is Jon Favreau. Favreau be his name. So I'm going to let him back in here, but only if you agree. Only if you agree to just recognize that Jon Favreau is the one true and great savior, and that only he can save us from Kathleen Kennedy.
But I had my LeBron James rookie card, and I was comparing him to Jon Favreau, and you missed all that?
Yes, we did.
Darn it. Oh, well. It was classic, but now it's gone. I mean, it's
exactly Music Man. And where is proof of this again?
Exactly. All these, these any of these people that come in here and see, this is where Doomcock gets it right a little bit. Doomcock, he says he's got agents or people on the inside. He's like, take it with a grain of salt.
Yes.
Trust me, bro. That's his source. So he's not saying there's an article, there's an interview
that doesn't exist.
Yeah, but Mike Zero's saying, hey, there's this article.
There's this interview.
It was noted in the interview that Kathleen Kennedy said this. Well, where's the interview, dude?
Simple Google search.
Yeah, I mean, show me the interview. Show me the interview. Show me the interview.
Gold. That's another T-shirt. Show me the interview, Mike.
Yeah.
I like how after every sentence he needs to take a 2-second breather because his mind is trying to get the gerbil running around on the little spindle thing is going. Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, Kathleen Kennedy sucks.
Silent.
But every once in a while, he goes so fast that the gerbil just gets caught up around him. It all crashes, and that's when you see him like go off camera there for a second. Like, what do you think all this is about? Like,
that's why he can't do it on camera. Yeah, there you go.
Johnny Pop. Oh my gosh. What is Silence says I went to the dispensary, went grocery shopping. I came back and you're only halfway through the video. LOL. Oh yes, co-writers do help things out. That's Zay, don't make me have to mute you wherever you are. Muted.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like the Brie Larson interview. Remember that one?
Exactly. Yeah, that's right, TW. Yeah, because he kept referencing the interview where she talked about how it's like this.
She hates Star Wars fans.
And she hates
Star Wars fans are awful. She hates Marvel fans and all that stuff in the video. That doesn't even exist. If it was actually out there that she like literally did an interview that said I hate Star Wars fans and Marvel fans, she wouldn't have a job.
No, they wouldn't still be giving her all this responsibility coming up with the MCU and all that. I mean, give me a break.
Ridiculous. So ridiculous. Okay, here we go.
This once again just tells us that Kathleen Kennedy never trusts in the process of a creator that's going to do something very much new and original that's more so catered to the Star Wars fandom. Now, mind you,
an original that's catered to the fandom. Okay.
Let's cater to everyone's like what everyone wants to see. So Luke Skywalker never dies, Han Solo never dies, Princess Leia never dies. Everybody's super happy. Everyone lived happily ever after Return of the Jedi. Wouldn't it be great if the sequel trilogy had just been them running around for 3 years, like just all happy, like starting families, having new lives, right? Like, you know, show them in the day-to-day stuff of just like, you know, just loving each other and
exactly. Listen, I mean, it wasn't hard to do better than the Star Wars Holiday Special, which was the most TV we got before this. So, like, but the fact that, like, there's some article proves that she was, you know, had to stay out of this. I mean, this is just ridiculous.
Look, I'm glad that they did something different with Star Wars, because otherwise it would have been boring if everybody would have gotten everything that they thought should happen. Literally, it's like, oh, what? There's a first order? The movie would have been done in the first 5 minutes if fans got what they wanted, because they wanted Luke Skywalker to literally go out and start pulling Star Destroyers out of the air. And
they wanted,
you know,
they wanted him to come out and start making lightsaber noises, going, you know, yeah, and then just like he did at the end of season 2, right? But I mean, that was, yeah.
I mean, and it was good. Like that. Look, that was the pinnacle moment for Luke Skywalker, right? Was that was going to be the golden era for Luke Skywalker. But that was not the story that was told in the sequels. The sequels were 30 years later, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Things change.
Yes. And this will connect. It's all going to connect. The Boba Fett show, the coming Ahsoka show,
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny's at it again. He's literally starting to try to say stuff that actually makes sense, that they're going to connect this stuff. And I just don't see that's even possible. And I think that that's a horrible thing to even suggest, that they were actually going to like tell 30 years worth of stories that connect all these things, and tell about the rise of the First Order, and tell about maybe even how they made Starkiller Base, the rise and the fall of Grand Admiral Thrawn, and maybe even talk about Snoke, since he's going to have to be around, since he was in the ears of, you know, and in the mind of a young Kylo Ren, you know, Ben Solo. I mean, these are things that we don't need to talk about, Johnny.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, am I back?
Oh.
But I gotta say, like,
so Cylon, that's not what I'm saying here, man. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm not telling you that it's unacceptable for you to want to see Luke Skywalker being awesome, because I love that. I love that. The problem is that in the sequels, that wasn't the story. That's what. Look, I am all for these stories being told. Like, and that's what I believe is going to happen. We're going to see that. We're going to see his Jedi Academy. We're going to see all those things. But there always has to be a new challenge. Like if our heroes are just above reproach, and like they're above
well, plus Mark Hamill's 57 years old.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, while they started filming, or while he's 69 now or something, right? So like, yeah. I mean, I think that's part of it. Like, no, I want to see him be a badass too, but you know, the badass that I remember from the Thrawn trilogy and the other media is 35 years younger than the actor that would be playing him. So that's the only thing I can see why the story went in the directions it did. Mm-hmm. But I think we're going to see Luke Skywalker being a bad mama jamma in this stuff.
We just did.
We are. And I mean, I think that's the point, is that we're going to see more of Luke, hopefully more of Luke, with a younger actor taking over the role in some type of capacity, just being an all-out awesome dude. And I don't know if it's going to be a Jedi Academy type series or if there's going to be some more stories there, but I don't think we've seen the last of Luke Skywalker in the Mandalorian universe here.
And I hope that we haven't. I hope that we see more. But I also hope too that they do recast him. I'm all for Sebastian Stan as being Luke, because Mark Hamill has approved it. The fans have spoken and said that they would accept that. I'm all for that because we can't go back in time. You know, we also know that Luke, you know, that was his time to shine, right? That was his time. And I'll continue here. Yoda was 800 years old, and he was still. So that theory of Mark Hamill was old doesn't. Well, I'm not saying that just because he was old. I'm not saying just because he's old, but also, yeah, he was not. Yoda was 900 years old, and look how he failed throughout the prequels. If you look at Yoda, was a failure. Yoda even admits as much and goes into hiding. Like that was Yoda's whole thing. Was he admitted that he had failed, that his ability to use the Force, his ability to see things in the Force and to be able to make good decisions for the Jedi as basically the master Jedi of all the Jedi, that was his failure. And so yes, he went into hiding. He became a hermit himself, just like we saw him do because Yoda had the same thing happen. So in terms of years, it's kind of similar to where Luke was. But I mean, but it's not just because he's old. It's not just because he's old he had to make mistakes. He was just 30 years older. 30 years older, new challenges presented themselves, and Luke didn't handle them in the best way. And so he had to do that. But even Luke's story is a story of, in the end, Luke comes back, and I think one of the coolest things ever is the end of The Last Jedi, where Luke stands out there. Luke freaking, showed up across the galaxy, literally projected himself across the galaxy. That is not just a entry level type of thing. That's a Yoda level thing, because Yoda did the exact same thing in Rebels.
Yes.
For Ezra Bridger, Yoda did that, and Luke gave it everything that he had to do it, but I don't think it's just because he's old. It was just that those were the challenges that presented themselves at that point in the story,
I think here's the thing though, is that they painted themselves into a corner when they didn't have him in the first film at all.
Yes.
And then they had to somehow get Rey and the other main characters, Rey especially, from this point to this point. And so it was like the easiest, the best way to do that with the story was to have Luke be this despondent hermit.
Yeah.
And have one more flash of brilliance there at the end.
Yeah. But that was even how George Lucas was going to present it. Was Luke was a hermit on the island. I mean, that was George Lucas's even. So no matter who did him, that's kind of what we were going to get,
Yeah. I mean, it
is what it is, It
is what it is. I mean, there's just, at least # we all still love Star Wars.
Absolutely.
Kathleen Kennedy.
And we respect everybody's opinion. So nobody's harping on anybody who loves Luke Skywalker, because I love Luke Skywalker, dude, just as much as anybody. I love Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker is my freaking hero. Look, I love Luke Skywalker. So it's not that I want to see Luke Skywalker be put down or, whatever. I don't feel that way at all. I accept what happened as Luke's fate, because I believe that people make mistakes sometimes. Even after great victories, people can make mistakes.
Did trust in the process with Rian Johnson doing something different and original, but it was too different for Star Wars to the point where it didn't feel like Star Wars. It was not authentic.
It wasn't what I liked.
Authentic means I didn't like it.
It didn't have a passionate writer or director on board. Many of you
watch the Jedi or the director and the Jedi on the Blu-ray release of Star Wars: The Last Jedi, and then tell me that Rian Johnson didn't have a passion for Star Wars. I challenge you.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the second disc. It's a 2-hour documentary. It literally details everything from beginning to end. Rian Johnson had plenty of passion for Star Wars. Trust me.
You might have a different opinion on that about Rian Johnson, but I just feel
I do.
Not a passionate fan, at least not as much as Jon Favreau is.
Because Jon Favreau is a god among fans. Jon Favreau created fandom.
Jon Favreau. He's the only one that could have saved Star Wars.
He's the only one. Favreau be his name.
I really do question sometimes if Rian Johnson is a Star Wars fan at all. I mean,
I question if Rian Johnson even has a soul.
He's still mad at Rian Johnson for being called a loser and a dork.
Yes, because Rian Johnson was doing 2 cents on nonsense before we even thought about doing 2 cents on nonsense. I love that like he literally said, yeah, you know, like anytime something goes wrong or we see something, we just say, you know, you zeroed that. Awesome.
Me, any fan wouldn't have done what they did to Luke Skywalker in Episode 8. I'm sorry, but that's just my overall, you know, treatment of how somebody would actually be in a place and how they would actually treat Luke.
Somebody would be in a place. And treat Luke.
I get it. Look, I
get it too.
I love seeing Luke Skywalker be a bad mamma jamma. I think we're going to get that. But to say that people did this on purpose to ruin things,
yes,
is not right. That's what I'm tired of. Like, I don't like. I agree with Scotty. Yeah, I'm not. I don't hate anybody for wanting to see that. I accept where the story went. That's fine. But I don't know. I mean, yeah. Why is Ahsoka in here? It's
why is Ahsoka during this part where he's talking about Luke Skywalker?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, no.
You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Exactly. So, I mean, I think my hope, and that's my hope. My hope is that we see Luke be more of a total awesome, fully formed Jedi in these Disney Plus adventures here.
Me too.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
If you're a fan, I don't believe that you would do that to Luke. I could see if Jon Favreau was on The Last Jedi, you know, as a writer, what do you think he would have done? Let the think in. What do you think he really would have done?
I don't know, because neither do you.
Jon Favreau would have written Luke perfectly. That's what Jon Favreau. I feel like I should go back to South Park stuff. Like, remember what would Brian Boitano do?
What would Brian Boitano do?
What would Jon Favreau do? What would Jon Favreau do? He'd have Luke kick a butt or two. That's what Jon Favreau do. I got to be careful. I'm going to slip up and say the other words.
I know. Oh,
when Jon Favreau was given to make episode 8 or 2, he wrote in perfectly. You see, and that's what I don't know.
That's what Favreau did for me. Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah.
Ryan's mom's. No, never.
Ryan's mom is a.
Oh, yeah,
yeah. Okay.
Right? Well, sure.
Right.
It would have been way different than what we got by Rian Johnson.
Way different than that loser Johnson.
So the other thing that I do want to actually tap into, let's move ahead here, is that
the other thing I want to tap into, just randomly, I want to tap into it. Let's move forward here.
Jon Favreau. I got to.
The other thing I want to tap into, so we can move forward here. Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. I haven't talked about him enough.
Wait a second. Is he hitting on them? He wants to tap into Filoni and Favreau there?
Oh, wait now. Like, he hasn't talked about him enough in this video. He's like, let's move on here. The things that I really want to talk about, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau.
Because as Favreau revealed, Filoni was the one who convinced Kathleen Kennedy to really kind of just step away and just trust in the process by Favreau and not really bring in all these different co-writers because...
Can we play a drinking game every time he says Favreau?
He's still talking about bringing in co-writers. Like, he still hasn't said what the point is or what the impetus was of that or how they were turned away.
Exactly.
We're not worthy, Scotty. We're not worthy.
Oh my gosh. Praise be to Favreau and also with you.
Praise be. No, my John Favreau tattoo.
Go to the Church of Favreau, where he's like, "Take, this is my Mandalorian given for you. Take, eat, drink this blue milk, for the green milk is of the devil."
Exactly. And then instead of communion wafers, they've got those blue cookies.
Blue cookies. Yes.
That Grogu would eat.
Eat. This is my cookie, broken for you. Grogu be his name.
It would just make it a big mess. And that's true.
Make it a big mess. Kind of like this video, Mike.
Then it kind of comes off as a little odd. And I
Kind of like this video, Mike. Is he describing John Favreau and Dave Filoni or his own videos?
think that
He's
is
talking about himself again.
Skywalker felt off a bit at times. You had Chris Terrio and J.J. Abrams.
Got to bring back
movie.
Chris
You know,
Terrio.
George Lucas was also a part in the beginning before the reshoots and the rewrites took place.
The rewrites.
Really? Because I remember those videos clearly that actually the final thing was going to be all George Lucas. Like George Lucas had written like half the movie and like he had his own cut.
Remember, yeah, Mike Zero and Doomcock both pimped and said there was a Lucas cut that Lucas was filming scenes. It was kind of like and this all came out after the Snyder cut stuff because Snyder said we would film the scene the way Warner Brothers asked us to, demanded.
Yes.
And then we would reset and film my scene.
Yes.
Or my story.
Yes.
You know?
Two stories at once.
Yeah. So then that's when they came up with this, JJ would film his stuff, and then at the end of the day, they'd reset and film Lucas's stuff. Whatever. Yeah.
Little Cylon says your Barcelona B is like, thank you for getting off that Ahsoka pick.
Exactly. We talked about communion, and there's Grogu right there eating the cookie.
Drink this blue milk in remembrance of me.
Yes.
Strike me down. In 3 days, I will rise again with a new season of The Mandalorian. In a year and a half.
ACS is here bringing the fire.
What's up, fire? All right.
That's exactly why the whole, entirety of the Act 1 of Episode 9 was so...
The whole, Act 1 of the entirety of the Episode 9 by Chris Terrio and...
He's got like 6 bulleted points, and he's just trying to keep talking and talking until he hits a certain minute mark, and then he moves on to the next point, and then he keeps talking until he hits the minute mark.
Convoluted and fast-paced and just...
Convoluted and fast-paced.
All over the place. It was
kind of like this.
He got frustrated with his own self, and just all over the place.
Just very unorganized, in my opinion, the first act of the movie.
Like your videos.
So, with that being said, of course, John Favreau, he's looking to really give the fans something to look forward to. That's a given. He's working on Rangers. He's working on Mando Season 3 and 4, Book of Boba Fett. He's also working on the Ahsoka Tano series with Dave Filoni. I mean, this guy is dedicating his life to Star Wars. This guy is doing everything he can to save the Star Wars franchise and to please the Star Wars fandom. That right there.
See,
please the fandom. He sounds like a prostitute. What is this like? Seriously, like, what is he going to be writing?
Ladies and gentlemen, John Favreau, baby. He's going to massage the fandom. Gonna massage it real good. Work his magic on the fandom. John Favreau's gonna come up behind you, baby, with a little baby oil. He's gonna brush back your hair off the nape of your neck. Oh yeah, just blow gently. Right. I wish we had music right now. Blow gently right there.
Make love.
There, right there on your neck. Do little circles right there at the base of your neck. You know that part, baby. That part where you harbor all your stress right there, girl, after a long, hard day. He's gonna work softly, and he's gonna bring it right down there to those traps. Oh yeah, he's gonna with each little squeeze. Yeah, baby. Gonna work it right in, girl. Bring it down like that to your shoulders. So yeah, work his thumbs down into your shoulder blade. Oh, up and down, down. Yeah. Then he's gonna move right here up the nape of your neck, right up to the temples, girl. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You can feel Filoni, just his magic working on you,
He's
girl.
got the magic
fingers.
fingers.
Yeah. See, he's gonna go in unison. He's gonna go in unison like that. Oh, then he's gonna take it back. Oh yeah. Oh, it feels so good. And then he's gonna go perpendicular, girl. Oh, gonna get you going all like this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's gonna have you looking like Jack Tripper overreacting in Three's Company. Like just when you think you can't take anymore. Oh, Filoni with his magic fingers, his magic touch. Girl, he's gonna please you in ways that you never even felt pleased. That's right. You got Dawson over there on Nerdy in Many Ways coming before the creek, but not Jon Favreau, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, girl. Jon Favreau never comes before the creek. He cares about the creek too much to do that. Oh, baby. He's gonna leave you so relaxed. So relaxed. Yes, girl. Yes, Pelican. Don't you feel relaxed right now?
I'm feeling dirty.
Ooh, tajaba. Ooh, a massage. Ooh. Hey, here we are right now talking about Jon Favreau and the greatness that is Jon Favreau. We're gonna all take it down just a little bit, relax, just a little bit with some ASMR of Jon Favreau, the god of ASMR, because he's the god of all things, and totally relaxing, making you feel good, girl. Yes. Yeah, like, why are we even having this conversation? Kathleen Kennedy was fired in 2016, wasn't she?
Yeah, how could she still be there?
That's a good question. All right.
Tells us that we are in good hands. Regardless of what happens with the High Republic, regardless of what happens with the Acolyte,
Allstate.
Everything else seems to be.
Regardless of what happens with the Acolyte, that show's gonna suck because it's. I you know what? I am so sick of hearing these people talk about, like, between Doomcock and Mike Zero now, talking about how the Acolyte is just gonna suck because it's for no other reason than it's being run by a woman. Literally no other reason. Even the outline of it sounded good, but like they have no reasoning behind it, Johnny, whatsoever. All they can literally complain about is that it's being done by a woman.
There's no reason to hate on it. Nobody knows anything.
They haven't done anything.
There's no synopsis or anything. I mean, there's no. What we know is bare bones. All we know is that it's going to be a Star Wars series.
Yeah, Sci-Fi says, WTH is going on here. I left and got back. Enosh is rubbing himself. LOL.
It's like, whoa.
It's like, oh my God. Yeah. Hey, you know, we try to do all things for this channel. We want to look. We want to be like Favreau to you, girl.
Yeah.
Right. We want to make you feel comfortable. We want to please you here at the Poindexter Lounge. We're here to please you, the viewer, on all fronts and backs.
Oh yeah.
Maybe sideways a couple of times. You know. Heck yeah. All right.
Right on track to be
Luke getting that crazy look in his eye like he's gonna kill his nephew.
Luke's gonna strike us down for that whole like side thing. He's like, Enosh, you're dead.
Successful route for Star Wars, and I believe that's exactly where we will be. In just a couple of years from now.
Okay.
Where we're going to be in a situation where we're going to.
None of my stuff came true, but
erasing the sequel trilogy.
Yes, so that's what it's all headed towards.
Look back at the dark times, and look at what happened with the sequels, and just laugh it off. You know?
Oh, just gonna laugh it off. We're gonna look back at Mike Zero one day and go, "Really?
Really, man?"
Like, literally, he's already given us enough, ladies and gentlemen, that you could look back at his track record and just go, this guy's a joke. But for some reason, people are still tuning in and watching him.
You know, I think that obviously Star Wars will recover. It's just going to take a bit of time. It's going to take a good process for that to happen, but it will get there.
It's the most pirated show in the world, but it's going to recover at some point. The franchise will recover.
It's going to take a process. Good process. It's going to take a good process, not a bad process.
It's been noted that once Kathleen Kennedy leaves, it'll be on the road to recovery.
It's 2 cents after dark. Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my.
Tasty. Crocker Johnson.
Christopher sums it up really nicely. No, actually, in a couple of years, we'll even see more that everything's leading to the sequels. Now I need that. I need that.
There's no doubt about it that Favreau and Filoni, as I like to call it, the Favreau universe, has.
Did he just call it the Favreau universe? You broke Johnny.
This is just
the Favreau universe.
No. This is worse than when Sony was like the Spider-Man comic book movie Super Spider-Verse. What the deuce? The Favreau verse?
The Favreau baloney universe. Oh my gosh. Oh man.
It does. It's just that sounds like a shipping name. It sounds like that's one of those like
the Favreau universe. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Wow.
Can we all just get like a C3PO mind wipe? Like that's a t-shirt. I love the Favreau universe.
Oh my goodness, the Favreau universe.
Like I like to call the Favreau universe.
It sounds like he was trying to not laugh when he said it though too. Like he knew it sounded ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
You know, cheesy as that may sound to some people, but the Favreau universe is going to really kick things off with the Star Wars franchise, without a doubt.
Kick things off.
It's in season 2. Season 2 is done. How long is it going to take him to kick it off?
Kick things up. It's because Lucas, he didn't start it in 1977 or anything like that.
It's going to take getting to season 3 for it to really kick off, Johnny. The Favreau universe.
Can I have a grilled Favreau sandwich, please?
I'll have the Favreau with some mozzarella. Make sure plenty of Don's on there.
I want the Don Favreau special, please.
The Don Favreau special.
Star Wars, written and directed by Don Favreau. Oh.
Don Favreau, the San Francisco treat.
Oh.
That'll be $2 for the Favreau.
Hey, ridiculous.
You know, it's Jon Favreau pleasing and stuff. Jon Favreau shows up at your door with an extra large Favreau, baby. Hey, I got your Favreau right here. Well, but I don't have any money. How will I ever pay for this? Oh, I'm sure we can work something out for this Favreau.
Special delivery. A large. Can I get a large Favreau with extra salt, please?
Extra salt. Goober says he even knows it sounds cheesy. Like that's the thing. He's like, oh my gosh.
He does. It's like, what the deuce, man?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, can I get extra Loney on that?
No, guys, I know it sounds cheesy, but my mom's boyfriend said it's a really cool name. So we're gonna stick with it.
So yeah, I mean, like I said before,
so yeah, I can't believe I just said that. But yeah, so like I said before, Favreau.
Before in the past, you know, Favreau knows what he's doing. I think he's going to do an excellent job. So yeah, guys, you know, drop a comment below. Let me know about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all.
Look how awkward he does that. Dude, there's something. Yeah.
My thumb is disappointing.
Like he's not just going like.
Do you remember?
He's all like, give a thumbs up on it because it's like hovering.
Do you remember an Airplane when he's like, did you get over your drinking problem? And he's like, you know, like that's what it looked like.
Would you like some Crock of Johnson with the Filoni?
Exactly.
Favloni?
Yeah, can I get a stuffed Crock of Johnson? Some extra salt, and what does Mark Uno recommend? The Favloni. I'll take one of those too.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
We've actually, with the last 2 nights, we just watched the first 2 Austin Powers movies with the kids.
Oh man.
Yep.
Ooh, are those on HBO Max?
Well, they're supposed to be, but every time I try to pull it up on HBO Max, it you can't be found. It says it's all there.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Sophie, this is a good point. It does kind of look like somebody else's hand coming in there, doesn't it?
It does. Somebody else's hand.
Oh my gosh, that might be where it looks so weird. Look at that.
Good job. So yeah, guys, drop a comment below.
Look at this again.
Let me know about all this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel.
Like a Muppet.
I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Ooh, he cut himself off.
Next time.
Bad editing, Mike Zero. Bad editing.
Oh, good Lord.
Man.
It's someone else's hand. That's what it looked like.
Why does he keep saying the same stuff in his intro, like the date and the current state of the Star Wars franchise? Like, dude, we know you told us 35,000 times already. Because he did change it up this year. Finally, he did start doing it that way. Because before it was, we have 19 days until Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, written and directed by J.J. Abrams, Chris Terrio, Kathleen Kennedy, George Lucas himself, Disney, Lucasfilm, and he would just go down that list. Now he's changed it up a little bit, where he gives the date and the time, and
And he Horror Junkie did say something. There was a video the other day where he kept scratching his ear. That was that one from this week or last week?
I don't know. He didn't used to do it at all, and then once we asked him to do it, it's like he's like trying to make sure we see it or something.
Come on, Mike, if you're still watching, I want to hear like fee, or I want to see a karate chop or a neck crack in there. Come on, man. Come on.
Yep. Was Favloni a song by the Police?
Don't fav so close to me.
What?
Don't fav.
Fab.
Don't fav.
Thought there was a P in there for a second.
So close to me.
I thought there was a P in there for a second. And they're like, don't fab. I'm like, dude.
Favloni close to me.
Favloni, Kennedy.
There's a
Favloni, and Kennedy.
There's a little black spot on the sun today. It's just Jon Favreau. Oh man,
Favreau, you don't have to do what Kenny says. Favreau, you just have to do what you want to do. Favreau,
ooh yeah,
you can make up any Star Wars you like. Favreau, you don't have to follow Kennedy into the night. Favreau.
it works.
It does. It really does.
I gotta bust out my copy of Synchronicity now and start just like rewriting some lyrics there.
Every show you make, every sequel trilogy thing you break, every time you take something away from Kennedy, I'll be praising you. Oh, can't you see? Favreau's a god to me. I love every take that Favreau makes.
That's perfect.
Mr. Horror Junkie, do not spoil my ideas because it's going to seem like they weren't my ideas then.
Oh, yeah.
And have Mark Uno with with a face mask so he avoids COVID because the leaks are spreading like the plague.
But
Enosh, there's a civil war in Lucasfilm. Haven't you heard? Oh, what? That's nonsense.
Nonsense.
Have you heard the legend of Enosh's fart?
That's who was it that was like, was that on Dawson's the other day?
They kept showing it on.
Was it on Nicotina?
No, it happened on Nicotina's show, but it actually Anthony kept showing it on him and Meg's show. And the funny thing is that I should have Mark Uno scratch his head constantly. Didn't you see the last one? Mark was like doing like airplane moves and baseball stealing signs. It looks like 3D, guys.
It's like coming at you.
Look at that. I like the hand was Luke Skywalker's severed hand.
It was just floating in there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So Luke Skywalker will appear in the High Republic and end wokeness. You heard it here from the Crockett Johnson. He's going back in time. He's going to use the veil of the Force to do it because he heard that there was something bad because there were women back in time who were doing positive things. And we know Luke Skywalker. Here's the greatest thing. I watched a video actually that talked about how Mark Hamill was ticked off because he doesn't like all the female agenda stuff. Mark Hamill is the most leftist thinking guy you're ever going to see, man. Just look at his Twitter sometime. If anything, Mark Hamill would fully support any kind of.
He's a very he's very socially liberal in his views. I would say definitely, and it's just for them to think otherwise is ridiculous.
I hope that someone gets my. I hope that someone gets my. I hope that someone gets my bologna in a bottle. Bologna in a bottle. Bologna in a bottle.
You know what we should do?
We are Force Ghosts in a material world. Our Force Ghosts in a material world. Our Force Ghosts. In a material world.
Our friend Doomcock likes to sing public domain songs on Friday nights. We should turn some public domain songs into Favloni tributes.
Oh my gosh. Well, guys, there you have it. That is the first episode. We've gone a little bit longer than usual, but it is the first episode of season 2. Season 2 dose of I got to change the title of this video to reflect season 2 premiere. Yeah, and I don't even know what that means, but it sounded cool.
The network picked us back up.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Like Silent Scotty says, Mark Hamill is very progressive, and I love him for it, and that's funny. I've had the same thought when I heard people talk about Mark like that, and that's exactly it. Because like people talk like all of these. I mean, he hates Trump. My gosh, he has made so many tweets against Donald Trump, but then like all of these, fandom menacers like act. I don't know, man.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I think, I don't know. I wonder if there's an unspoken agreement amongst people in Star Wars outside of Rian Johnson to not acknowledge these people in order to take away some of their power. Right? Because Rian Johnson just couldn't help laughing about the fact that it became zero, you zeroed this, you zeroed that.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if there's some type of unspoken agreement of, you know what, these people are ridiculous, but if we mention anything about them, they're going to pervert it. They're going to turn it into something else, which is what I think happened with Star Wars Theory. Star Wars Theory is being his interaction with them is being perverted, like by fandom menace people. You know?
Yeah, I can see it.
Exactly. I mean, I just you know, it's ridiculous. But these people want to be angry.
Well, and that's the thing, really, man. You know, that's the real problem with it is it's people who want to be angry about things. They want to continue down this line of thinking, and they either want to detract from everything that they don't like and say that everything that they don't like is bad. And it's somehow motivated by something else, you know, like it cracks me up when every time I hear somebody like go on about Disney just being greedy, you know, and that they're just doing this for money. Yep.
Yeah, they are. I mean, look at the
and so did Lucas, because
exactly. I mean,
they're in a business.
Look at other fandoms that I enjoy. DC Comics. Okay, Warner Brothers isn't making DC movies just because they own the content and they like the material. They're making them to make money.
Yeah.
Disney makes Marvel movies not just because they own the content, but to make money. Like, you know, there's no intentional sabotage here, people.
No, and that's the weird thing about it, man, is like these people, anytime I see people acting like it's like some kind of I don't even know, man, just some kind of weird you know thing where like they're not supposed to make money or something from this thing that they put up literally $4.5 billion for. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then what are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to just do it out of the love of their hearts? Like,
and
I don't get that.
And, you know, I know we considered doing a show here on a couple of people that are covering a couple of different fandoms that have crossed into, like, especially some of the DC stuff lately. But it's been, I'm tired of seeing and it pisses me off because you see this toxicity moving around and growing in different places. Like, it used to just be like Star Wars fans had all this passion and this fandom menace crap was getting there. But now, I mean, shoot, Enosh, you took flack for some of this stuff now too. Like, you could see some of the Us United. All of a sudden, there was this growing anger in the DC fan base for no reason whatsoever, and it was strange, and I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Why do people have to be fed these lies to get angry? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. No, I know, Cylon. I know. Yeah, I know. And I do want to, so Jack keeps asking me what my thoughts are on Star Wars Theory. I don't think that there's just a clear and easy answer on what happened to Star Wars Theory, because I think if I have to look at what it is, I don't think that it's as clear and as simple as just somebody just picked on him. I don't think that it was necessarily right. But I also think that kind of the way things were handled afterwards was a little weird, because they did try to reach out to him and he refused to talk to him, but yet he was willing to go on with the fandom menace and Jeremy and all that. So it's kind of weird to me. But honestly, I'm trying not to, because I really don't care about somebody else's drama. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally get that.
And so like that is something that, like, I'm not, you know, like at least this, if we talk about Mike Zero, Doomcock, whatever, it has to do with a fandom that I'm part of, right? And I get that, but like I don't consider like Star Wars Theory's issues with Pablo Hidalgo being like fan related. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't affect me.
No, those are definitely impacting him.
Yeah, it was someone who works for Lucasfilm But I also agree. But I also believe that, like, if you're really upset about something, you want to work for some kind of peace and some change. I do think it's weird that he chose that time to go on with Jeremy and others from the Fandom Menace. I think that's very strange. If he would have done his own video, if he would have done his own thing and just left it at that, it'd been one thing. But like, even he looked out of place. Like, he even looked like he felt uncomfortable around those guys. And I don't understand what the point of that was. Was it just for some camaraderie from people who already hate Pablo Hidalgo and you know, Disney and Lucasfilm in general? And so like, it's already that, or like, what is the end game there?
He doesn't need their platform.
No, he's bigger than all of them combined.
He is. Theory has.
He's the biggest Star Wars channel. I mean, he's got over 2 million subscribers.
Yeah, he's got a loyal fan base and people. So there's got to be more to it. I don't know. It's strange. Yeah. So. Yeah.
It literally all it did was bring money to the Fandom Menace because he went on their stream, and it brought in a ton of super chats and it brought in a ton of stuff. And like, I don't have a problem with that necessarily. It's just weird. It's just really weird to me how it played out. Instead of him like seeking out, like, you know, because they reached out to him, you know, and even if there was something that was done wrong, they did reach out to him. I don't understand why you don't have that conversation with them and you try to make some peace, especially if it's about Star Wars and you want to, you know, make peace. And you know, I don't know the whole story. I haven't looked into everything. I've just heard bits and parts, and that's why it's not for me to really speak on, because I don't want to say something that I don't know about. Like when you guys hear me speak about Ray Fisher, it's because literally, like, I've researched this thing. I've listened to what Ray's had to say. I've listened to what others have to say, and I've made a pretty sound judgment of what I feel is going on. Plus, I've talked to the man himself.
You've asked the man face to face.
Right. He's been here. Like, I've talked to him. Okay. But the thing is, like, I don't know what's going on with Star Wars Theory. And I do know that it's a little passive aggressive because look at what happened to us, right? Like, he watched our 2 cents on nonsense video on his platform, like, in its entirety. And then afterwards told his followers, well, don't go harass them. Don't, you know, go mess with them. But that's almost going to incite people to go and harass us. You know what I mean? And that's what happened. We literally had a bunch of 11-year-olds come over here and like telling us that they were going to take down the channel, that this is how our channel dies, with thunderous applause and all this stuff. I mean, like Star Wars and stuff. And I mean, it was really weird. And so, you know, I've supported Theory in the past. I liked his fan film, but I don't know him, you know.
My thought is, I don't think he's going to become a Fandom Menace person. I really think, I don't know. He looks so out of place there, and he doesn't need them. That's the thing. He doesn't need them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't get why he was there. I really don't understand all the motivations for it, other than to tell his story. But he doesn't need their platform.
Yeah. No,
I don't get it.
Yeah. He doesn't have to be there. So, you know, so I don't know. I don't know. And that's why I haven't said a lot about it. That's why I didn't really do a video about it, because it's not worth me. Like, I don't feel like I have to like chime in on everything, you know.
It's not impacting us as a fan.
Yeah. If you ask me, like, I'll, you know, like I just told you, right. But I don't know all the details. So it's hard for me to say, you know, like, I'm not going to sit here and go, well, you know, he's wrong or Pablo Hidalgo is wrong or whatever, because I haven't seen everything that Pablo Hidalgo actually said. You know what I mean? I just kind of know the basics of the story, that, you know, he cried, he was very emotional and everything. And to that, I can understand that, because I love Luke Skywalker too. And there's plenty of movies that I cry at when I get emotional, and I'm so happy that I'm just like, so happy that I'm overwhelmed. And, you know, Landon makes fun of me all the time, but what am I going to do? I'm going to cancel Landon.
Yeah, you gonna cancel your kid?
You know, I mean, he laughs at me all the time, and he's like, "Dad, why are you crying about this scene with a son and a dad?" Well, I don't know, because I didn't have a dad growing up, and it gets me emotional every time that I see, you know, a son and a dad, because I love you, right? And Landon used to tease me about that all the time until he saw Guardians of the Galaxy 2 with Yondu and Star-Lord, and Landon cried. And I looked over at him and I said, "Hey, what are you doing over there, buddy? Is that some tears in your eyes?" He's like, "No." Right. So, you know, so there's that, but then also, you know, it's like, is Star Wars theory, like, I don't like the way that they've defended it, because if they just came out and said, "Look, you know what? I was emotional. I cried. So what?" Right. But like the Fandom Menace tried to hype this whole thing up of like, you know, he's a cancer survivor. And yeah, he is. Does that mean that he couldn't be wrong about anything? That like nobody should, like, it's the same idea that they do with Anna, that Star Wars girl, because Anna, that Star Wars girl had her sister passed away, and that is very, very it's tragic. You know, like, nobody should have to go through that. Nobody should have to face some of these tragedies and these things in their life. But that doesn't mean that if they do something that's like wrong or that can be judged by the public as something that's wrong. Look, I've got my friend Bud, who survived cancer. I played in a band with him for 10 years. And you know what? If Bud was a butthead, I've told Bud he's a butthead. And he tells me I'm a butthead, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and he doesn't expect any special treatment because he fought something and he's through it now. Look at Zack Snyder. I would never sit, as much as I love Zack Snyder, I would never sit here and use the defense that his daughter passed away to say that you can't judge whether or not you like Zack Snyder's movies. I have never said something like that here on the channel about Zack Snyder. I've always said, hey, I like this movie. Here's why I like this movie. Here's why your argument may not be valid to me, because of the way I feel about Batman v Superman or Man of Steel or whatever. I've never, and I would never say, well, you can't say that. He lost his daughter. I have said it was stupid the way that Warner Brothers used it as an excuse to fire him.
Yeah.
And replace him with Joss Whedon, because that's just the facts of what happened. You know what I mean? So, I think that the Fandom Menace, I haven't really heard Star Wars Theory doing this, but I've heard many Fandom Menace videos from now, you know, Jeremy and Drunk 3PO and Midnight's Edge, like bringing up the fact that, yes, he did in fact fight cancer when he was a kid. You know?
I mean, it's, yeah, and I see what Scotty's saying there. And I mean, if I watched more of it, I could see that part of, I just don't, again, I don't see, and I dread talking about theory because I don't want people to think I'm crapping on it.
Well, yeah.
I just, because he doesn't need them. That's the thing though. Like, he didn't need them to tell that story. And yet he's told that story on his channel. I've seen him talk about how Luke's battle mirrored his battle. He drew inspiration from that. I just don't see why the Fandom Menace feels like they have to adopt it and use it as their own, like as their battle cry.
Yeah. Well, and so I will say this, I haven't watched all of the videos, right? You know what I mean? That have been put out there. But I will say this, I did watch one by Midnight's Edge, Scotty, and I'd have to find it again. Because he says here, so they weren't bringing that up like he had cancer, don't make fun of him. It was directly related to what Star Wars Theory said about why he was emotional. And I'll take that. Like, I don't have a problem with that. But I do know that Midnight's Edge did. Like, literally, I watched this video where literally, like, they just keep inserting that because they want to remind people of that. And you know, so like I said, I like Star Wars Theory. I don't have a major problem with Star Wars Theory. I don't always, you know, buy into some of his theories. Famously, here on this very show, we had a night, and
till I'm apart.
Okay, so So that happened here. I mean, I don't think that we're bad people because we did that, but people were trying to say that we were being bullies, and so like I just don't know, but I do agree with this from Christopher. The fandom menace is a plague that needs to be purged.
Yeah.
Like the fandom menace has it people can like whatever they like and they want to like, and I'm all for that. But this thing of people literally just overdoing it, like literally making stuff up. You got your Doomcocks, and Mike Zero, even though he hasn't officially joined the fandom menace, he might as well, because in the last year he's done nothing but hate on Kathleen Kennedy and everything, and he wasn't there a year ago. Well, I guess a year. I mean, he started in basically November, I think, of 2019 is when he started all that. So,
yeah,
but it is what it is. But you know what? As long as there's nonsense, Johnny, you and I will answer the call.
Yes.
We will go out and we will fight these battles, and we'll have fun doing it. And we got a whole other new season to do it in, man.
Sure will. We sure will. And don't worry. Our friend Mike Zero will still be a part of it, but there will be others.
Absolutely. There will be others, and they can cry their way all the way home. Ladies and gentlemen, I do want to remind you once again of one of our wonderful supporters here of the channel, and one of our wonderful sponsors. All this talk of the fandom menace sometimes just, man, gets me blocked, gets me stopped up. It gets my juices all dried up, if you will. And it makes it so that I feel like I'm crapping bricks. But that's, ladies and gentlemen, when I turn to Doomcalax. That's right. Doomcalax. When you have to go but can't, trust Doomcalax. Doomcalax is there for you to clear you right out, ladies and gentlemen. And also, for all of your personal lubrication needs, make sure to try Midnight's Edge Personal Lubricant, trusted by the fandom menace when it really needs to be rammed in. Thank you to our wonderful sponsors here of the show, 2 cents on nonsense. And of course, don't forget our new sponsor, Mike Zero Clickbait Video Warehouse, trusted by the fandom menace for all their clickbait video needs. Do you need a clickbait video? Trust Mike Zero, the king of clickbait videos, with Mike Zero's Clickbait Video Warehouse. If it's salty, it's zero. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Enosh, a.k.a. Enosh Fett, along with
Johnny Pop.
And where can people find you, Johnny?
You can find me. The best place to find me actually is on Twitter at _Johnny_Pop. And you can also find me with that same username on Instagram as well.
And you know what? We both agree, Johnny, that Mike Zero and Doomcock are just full of crap, and I would bet anything on that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, wait a second.
No way. I will give you all my Star Wars guys if it is. Wait. Except Boba Fett. No matter how sure I am, I never risk the Fett man.
Never. Did you like our new intro?
Dude, that was amazing.
You're watching Poindexter Lounge. You already know.
And, I mean, gotta say that it was pretty cool for my, if you haven't seen that interview, you got to check it out. And, I can never thank you enough for my son being able to tell Ray how much it meant to him to see Cyborg, and how excited he is to see Cyborg's story be told. So, that was, it's pretty good, man.
Well, dude, your son, Ben, was one of the heights of that whole interview, man. And I was just so glad that he was able to be a part of that. And I know that for a young fan, I know what that can mean, and that made his day. I could tell by the smile on his face, and that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about right there. So guys, remember, don't forget, you can find us right here every Thursday night. You can get your fill of our 2 cents on nonsense at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to be here for you as long as we can. As long as there's nonsense, we're going to keep knocking it down. And hopefully we get that video where Mike either tries to crack his neck or gives a karate chop,
or a fee,
or says fee in some way. So we'll keep a good look out for that. Since people brought it up, I will go out with this video to remind you of the fart heard round the world. But I do want to say, I know a lot of you guys have asked me about my thoughts on the Ray Fisher thing, And I don't know if I'm going to come back tonight with a video, do a live stream again tonight. But if I don't, you can definitely look for that tomorrow because, man, Ray dropped some tweets earlier.
Fire.
I'm just telling you right now, there ain't no nonsense in that. None at all. All right, guys. Until next time, stay nerdy. And, if you see that Jarbo's been around me for a while, you may want to stay clear a little bit because he gets a little gassy. All right, we'll see you guys next time.
I told him, Matt, that he should have wore these last night when he was having his war with you.
Yeah. I mean, it would only cover his pain from losing so bad.
No.
Sorry, this was the only pain that Matt Jarbo gave me. Is a little bit of gas here. There it was. And it was little at that.
Did you just fart on a live stream into the mic? You farted.
I don't ever want to see it again. Ever.
Just do it again. So.